Tonight, but it's gonna be alright. Cause me and my clique, we don't give a fuck. Trick Daddy, you got it, king of John. If you know that you can get it, let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you know that you can get it, let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. If you want some, come get some.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, and welcome to FTW Future Focus for October 29th, our Halloween edition. I am your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black, and underneath me is the good goddamn handsome man, the man with 40 years of experience watching wrestling, critiquing wrestling, and he was in no way on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He is the gadget man, Chris Worth. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good.
Uncle Phil!
Oh, come on. I was trying to avoid that.
Oh, that's a bad way to avoid it, Rob.
Well, Caddy Coker to me is the master of wine, women's song, and cigars. He is the president of Motown Wrestling Group on Facebook, and he looks damn good with glasses. He is Tony Motown Allen. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Unfortunately, Marcus can't be here today because he is taking out all out ass whooping and fantasy football by yours truly. I am faking that ass.
And thank you for joining us for FTW Future Focus. Almost the shortest show ever. But for the record, Marvelous Marcus Buckley won't be joining us today because he is having Halloween festivities. So we're a four-man crew today. Now, to my right is the founder of our feast, the president of FTW Future Focus of the network, and for once, the man who is not at work today, the mastermind, Bobby Rogers. How's it going, sir?
Boy, it feels good to be in the studio and not at the job. Ladies and gentlemen, just please remember, go to the FTWnetwork.net. Check out our independent island. We got some programs running there. Independent shows that you might not have not seen before. Yours truly, Robert Black, is on there doing some commentating. You'll see what I mean by when he's got the platinum voice. You might see me on there for a couple of episodes. I mean, who knows? But, yeah, this is good to be here on this Sunday. The Halloween edition. You can tell I got my mask on, so I'm ready. I'm trying to figure out, though. I mean, we ain't getting no candy. I'm kind of pissed off.
We are middle-aged men. We don't need candy.
I need candy. I don't give a fuck.
I went to two parties yesterday. I got candy. Plenty of it.
He looked like he was walking back looking like Santa Claus. He had his big bag.
Well, you see, the problem is I usually get diabetic candy, which has this stuff called sugar alcohol in it. It's supposed to be
That's not good.
Oh, well, it's horrible. I'll tell you what, if you ever want to, like, cleanse your whole system, get sugar alcohol. It will do the trick.
That sounds like it was the trick. Oh, God.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. That's two.
Oh, that's what you was doing after eating that candy. God, dog. Oh.
I bet you think cough drops is candy, Rob.
No.
Hey, Robitussin ain't bad. Let's stop that. Robitussin ain't bad.
It ain't.
Wait, I remember I was little, but the Flintstone vitamin, I just had that bottle.
Oh, that was cocaine in the bottle, man.
Well, as you can see by my glasses, I'm working my way up to Roy Orbison instead of Ray Charles. You can kind of see the eyes now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick off our show with the beginning, the start, the leader of it all, Who had Raw?
Marcus.
No.
I thought he had Raw. Y'all switched?
Yeah, remember last week was the first time I did Raw.
We switched to Collision.
Okay.
So Tony.
And I got no such collision. Just in case nobody want to take it. All right,
Tony.
Monday Night Raw, the October 23rd, 2023 edition. 6 minutes, getting 3 hours of it. Judgment Day kicks off the show with a promo. Cody comes out, interrupts him, says that he's looking for he wanted to speak to the leader of the Judgment Day, but unfortunately, Real wasn't there at the time. Made a reference to like, no, she's not just Dominic's mommy, she's apparently their mommy too. He was getting some good ones in on him. But this basically set up a match between Priest and Cody at Crown Jewel. And then the fight started, because Cody just, bitter old man, just can't let shit go. Always taking cheap shots at this motherfucker shit. Then out comes Jey Uso to try to get the numbers advantage over the Judgment Day like they always do. But fortunately, JD McDonough came out and evened the odds between them. After that, Tozawa is now part of the Alpha Academy. Why? That's definitely until match to the New Day and Alpha Academy. This was actually a good match. I mean, the New Day, like you said, New Day was good tag team, and Chad Gable was phenomenal in the ring. They worked well together. New Day won this match. Then you had the little bit Becky backstage trying to talk about her match this night and her match tomorrow night. Who gets stiff up bitch. Then we see Seth and Rhea Ripley backstage talking. That Rhea started to try to recruit him, that she started to recruit anybody. Mommy just tried to put it on the entire roster, I think. Then we had a promo with Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, and Maddie came out, and then they were talking about her match with Becky and some shit. Then Becky versus Indy happened, some useless shit. The only good thing that we saw in this match was Laura Valkyrie sitting at ringside. It was an okay match. The only reason I really watched the whole thing is because I couldn't fast forward what they kept doing was pushing the NXT match the next day. Then we had Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis promo where Adam Pearce didn't go out Nick Aldis, but yeah, that went nowhere. Then we had the fatal 5-way contract signing. Adam Pearce is in the ring. He has the 4 challenges out there. He don't want to bring Mommy out there because he said Mommy going to call shit. And sure enough, Mommy comes out. Nia Jax starts in, trying to point out, what Rhea's trying to do by, Rhea wants her to beat you up, and she's going through everybody. That's actually pretty funny, because it's Dana, you're smart enough to know. She wants me to squash you. Then she went to Zoe Stark, you're smart enough to know this. She wants me to squash you. Then she went to, what's her name? Tiny Pit. Raquel Rodriguez. Well, you're from Texas. So I'll say it well for you. And then the fight started. All 4 women started brawling. Rhea's outside laughing her ass off. Just like Nia Jax predicted. Then we move on to Bobby's favorite wrestler on the Monday Night Raw roster, Johnny Gargano versus the Vinci. The thing that made me sick in this match was hearing, and this is the second week in a row that I heard Michael Blake say this last match bullshit. Did you hear him say that Johnny Gargano is the heart and soul of WWE?
Yeah.
Did that make you want to open your mouth a little?
No, it made me want to shoot him. It made me want to shoot him.
But the match was okay, but Ciampa came out. Ciampa made his return, Johnny Gargano win. And then we move on to Logan Paul comes out.
Well, just to be clear, did you want to shoot Cole or Gargano?
He wanted to shoot Gargano. I want to shoot Cole.
He is absolutely correct.
Okay.
It was kind of funny because Because you know how I feel about the brand split. It's really getting sick of it. But Logan Paul said when he wins the U.S. title, he is going to bring the title. He will be making appearances on Raw with the U.S. title. Guess what, Logan Paul? You don't need a title to be showing up on shows with the belt because that's what everybody do. But then he had Samantha Irvin's finance come in the ring. He started messing with her. The Ricochet came out and tried to whoop his ass. But Lisa said, man, it was kind of cool because Dominic was out there too. Them two, man, those two got to be the two most hated people in the WWE. They should be attacked. Then you have Piper Niven and Kelsey Green taking on Natty and Nikki Cross. Basically, 2-on-1 handicap match because Nikki Cross was like fucking Natty, and then Piper and Chelsea could, of course, because that's handicap match. Then you got Drew and Jay Uso backstage. No, Drew got some good comments in there talking about like, hey, you know, it sucks with the bloodline cost your title, but you know, get over it. That's the advice he always gets. Get over it. Which leads to the match with the number 22 ranked wrestler in PWI, Sami Zayn versus the number 26 ranked wrestler in the top 500, Drew McIntyre. This was actually a really good match. I was surprised. I'm not a huge fan of Drew McIntyre, but I think him and Sami gelled really well, and this actually turned out to be a pretty good match. Mommy comes out and Drew wins. Drew runs right past Mommy. I don't know how you can walk past her without looking at her. Shit, I don't lie about her in my opinion. Then Adam Pearce gets all the focus to chase the katana and gets all the attitude. Basically, they exchange some words. Didn't really get heated, but ended with Nick Aldis leaving. Me personally, the way they use the katana, I kind of hope Nick Aldis do take them because they're being fucking wasted on Raw right now. The only problem is the women's division is SmackDown so stacked. They probably get wasted there too. Just send their ass back to NXT. Then we got Bronson Reed taking on Iron Mike Star. Cesaro. I love this match. You know why I love this match? Because I love squash matches. And oh my God, Bronson Reed looks great in there. I think just completely Iron Mike Star shows out. Went to the top, and the only thing you heard is "290." That's some good shit right there. Then we had a promo with the Alpha Academy and New Day, and this was Mark's return to DIY, who really gave a shit. We had a promo with Seth and Drew, who really gave a shit. We're gonna move on to the main event. I think coming close to my 6 minutes.
Yep.
Main event, Jey Uso. Out there getting his job going. Man, I love the energy that he brings out there. Him and Priest look really good together. I really enjoyed this match. Jey Uso is underrated as a singles competitor in my opinion. Damian Priest is really stepping his game up a lot. I enjoyed this match big time, and I can see that Damian Priest got a nice clean victory. No, it kind of sucks that Cody Rhodes came out there to try to get the upper hand on Judgment Day. But thank God for the Judgment Day trying to keep the odds even between them two and the Judgment Day. That was wrong.
All right, I guess it's my turn with NXT. Oh my God, what a night! I'm gonna say this right off top. This show was the best show that I have seen, period, all year. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm just keeping it 100. Let's kick it off. It started off with a. They did a video montage and had the band New Year's Day play live with the song of Vampire, which basically set up the whole night because it was a Halloween Havoc show. The song is kind of cold, loved it, fit well with the element. It really set the tone of the night. Not only did they do that, Scarlett and Shotzi comes out. Scarlett's Marie Antoinette and Shotzi is straight up Pinhead. Perfect. I mean, their outfits was perfect. They set the tone to the night. This whole thing was off the charts before even a match started. And then the match started. Yeah, this Devil's Playground match, Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James. I'm sorry, I was not impressed. I don't care if it is Booker T's girl that came out of his place. This was the dumbest thing that I ever seen, except the end to where she supposedly broke the brick by doing pop rocks and all that goofy stuff. At least Roxanne Perez came out looking like Freddy Krueger. Got to give her that pop. Give her that pop.
Wasn't that costume?
Yeah, huh?
It was a nice costume.
Yeah, she made that costume look good. But other than that, yeah. Only down point of the night. Lexus King, formerly known as Brian Pillman Jr., takes on Dante Chen. And this is something that people didn't notice. Everybody was looking at Brian Pillman Jr. or Lexus King or I don't know, whatever King name you want to give him. The first thing that stood out was he said Brian Pillman is dead, Lexus King is here. I think this is probably the problem with AEW because they wanted him to stick with that Brian Pillman and he didn't want to. Interesting. But the thing that I say is people need to look out for this Dante Chen. It's not bad. Good look. Got some skills. I think he might be something they need to take a look at down the road. Of course, Big Joseph questioned Kamala Hayes about the injury to Trick. Shotzi and Scarlett read tarot cards for the dummies while Tozawa steals the Heritage Cup, which was kind of awesome. Now, this is something, excuse me, this is something that really kind of flipped me out a little bit with this matchup. This matchup was a women's breakout tournament. It was Kalani Jordan versus Ariana Grace. These two clowned. These two really clowned. I gotta say, three out of the four women in here I picked to go to the next round, and Ariana Grace was not one of them. She did not do too well on her first showing, but this one she made up for it. Looked pretty good. Kalani Jordan, I mean, very athletic. I think we need to look out for her coming up. But I mean, Jordan wins and defeats Grace. She's going to the finals. Next, NXT Tag Team Championship. I was the family which are the champions versus Chase U. I actually walked into this match thinking it was going to be garbage, and actually it was not too bad. Chase U really showed up in this match. They won the tag team titles. Happy for Chase U. I am glad that they won. It's about time they get the respect they deserve. And Shotzi and Scarlett showed off their second costumes. Edward Scissorhands and a vampire. They booked the table ladders and chairs match for the Creek Brothers versus Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, the pretty Mexican boys. I can't forget what they used to call them.
I forgot too.
Yeah, that was something.
I think.
I don't remember who they were. But this next matchup was a good-looking matchup. A little bit stiff. Blair Davenport versus Gigi Dolan. Good wrestling in this one. It could have been a little better. Dolan came out looking like Beetlejuice. Davenport looking like the clown Georgie from It. It was kind of cool because it did fit them. And you know what? Just to be real with you, it was a pretty good match. Next was the second part of the women's breakout tournament. Lola Vice, which is these two ladies I picked all day. Lola Vice versus Carmen Petrovic, and I was thoroughly disappointed. They both clowned in the first row. Both of these ladies clowned in the first row. Something was with this matchup to where it did not work out right, unfortunately. Number one, I don't think Vice should have won. Lola Vice, I think, does well in the tag team. But as far as being a singles champion, I don't see that happening. Carmen Petrovic is awesome. I just think this was an off night for her. But it's going to be Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan taking each other for this title for the breakout star. I think Kalani Jordan's going to win this because after that show by Vice, I just don't see how in the world they can give it to her. I just don't. But it's the WWE. You never know. It could happen. And then here we go with the most controversial part of the program. Lyra Valkyria took on the NXT champion Becky Lynch. Good match. And I'm going to say Valkyria did her job and then some. Valkyria did very well in this, with going to Becky Lynch and actually outshining her in a lot of places that I've seen in that match. She even had her whole country watching for her. They shaded off. I'm tripping. You a girl that got your own country watching. So, hey, you know what? Great match to watch. Great Halloween Havoc night 1. I can't wait for night 2, which will be this Tuesday. But that's my little bit, and we're gonna go on to the next one, which is
I think that's the bar set right on night 2.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry, that show was banging from beginning to end. It was a couple of dips here and there, but for the most part, that show was on point. That show was on point.
Just to clarify, Bobby, you liked the show overall, thought it was great, but you had some problems with it.
It was a couple of matches on there that could have been better, and one of them was due to because of positioning in the tournament. I just don't think their styles gelled. And to be honest, it would have been robbery to actually take 2 of them out in the first round anyway because they're both skilled. So that inevitably happens sometimes when you know they're the 2 best matchup that you can get out of that side of the bracket. The entrance, I'm sorry, I fucking went nuts over how they started the show. That's an idea that I wanted to do for my shows, was have a live band playing and a highlight reel rolling. I loved it. I popped like a bag of popcorn in the heat. I'm sorry. This was... people will listen to this song Vampire and look at me and say, how the hell do you listen to music like this? I'm sorry, I'm diverse. I listen to almost anything except country. And then there's a couple of country songs that I like. This song, along with the beginning of the show, how they introduced what Halloween Havoc and how they got there, was perfect. Production, A++++, and then put it times 2+. I mean, yes. I can't. This was one of the best shows I've seen, and this is including pay-per-views all year.
Okay.
And Marcus, if you watching, I'm sorry about that ass whooping.
Oh, okay. I don't have a dog in that fight, so I'm not going to comment on it.
All right, next one is Dynamite. Who had Dynamite?
That would be me. Dynamite is my beat now.
That's right.
Keeping in mind what you just said about NXT, Bobby, I have basically the same thing going on for Dynamite. I thought it was a really strong show. I enjoyed it for the most part, but I had a few problems with a few things that were going on. Now, in the interest of not having any confusion about how I felt about the show, let's start with the positives first. We opened with MJF versus Juice Robinson. Damn good TV match. It was chaotic. MJF looking to kick Robinson's ass for the quarter things. And it worked out really nicely as far as MJF getting his heat back and making Juice look like an ass. It was great. And the Bullet Club Gold really shined here with all of their interference. It was timed really nicely. There was blood, and it was deserved. So it worked out very well. I believe the next match was Hikaru Shida versus Ruby Soho for the women's title. That match kind of worked out like the match Bobby was talking about on NXT. It was kind of disappointing because something was off, the pacing was not right, and I'm not really sure whether it's because Shida and Soho don't have the right kind of chemistry or because of some kind of issue with Shida's travel or something like that. I don't know what it was. The match was okay. It was decent. It didn't stink. It's just there were some pacing issues. Then you had the Elite with their ROH six-man tag titles versus the Hardys and one half of Private Party.
Boo the Elite.
It wasn't a great match. I think it wasn't terrible, but again, there were pacing issues here because whenever the Hardys or somebody more trained than the Bucks have to slow them down and back them off from their style, the match kind of suffers. But that being said, Brother Zay, who used to be Cassidy from Private Party before Swan got injured, he pulled off the match really good, so I was okay with it. The Elite keep their titles, of course, no major title changes. You got Hook and RVD versus Dark Order, which is really a waste of time. We knew Hook and RVD were going to win it, but it still turned out to be a good match because Dark Order are actually a pretty well-coordinated team. It's just nobody takes them seriously because they were silly baby faces for too damn long. They need to get that mojo back. Huh?
They're like the Mulkey Brothers.
Not exactly. I mean, the Mulkey Brothers were over because they were popular jobbers, but Silver and his partner they're really good in the ring. It's just they can't be taken seriously because the Dark Order isn't being taken seriously, which is a big shame.
No, saying that they still have that faction. All the factions they got rid of, that's the one that kept.
Well, out of everybody that was in the Dark Order, those were the only, Reynolds and Johnny Hungy were the only guys that were over. Think about that team for a minute. After Brody Lee died, they became a comedy act and they went straight down the shithole.
Yep,
so, but Reynolds and Silver are a great tag team.
They are.
Yeah. Main event, Blackpool Combat Club versus Orange Cassidy and Okada. And that match was excellent. Especially since it was basically two singles matches intertwined with each other. Okada and Danielson have issues. Cassidy has never faced Castagnoli before, and they crisscrossed during the match. It was great stuff. And the injury angle they tried to do with Danielson at the end kind of added some intrigue to it. So I was happy with the match. Now here comes the rub. I loved all of the wrestling on this show. It ranged from awesome to at least decent. The segments were mostly garbage. Okay, I like Ric Flair as much as everybody else. Okay, I respect the man. And there was nothing wrong with the segment, but I can sum up in 3 words everything that was wrong with this show. Too much talking. Just way too much talking, and it wasted everybody's time. I mean, Christian is a great promo, that's fine, but it dragged out too long, and that whole thing made me afraid, deathly afraid, that Ric Flair wanted to be Sting's last opponent. That he was going to muscle his way in to that match, make it a singles match, and it gave me Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett versus Flair and Andrade flashbacks. Time out Tony Storm. Now they've dragged Luther into that, and he's supposed to be a hardcore wrestler, and I didn't even know he was still under contract. What in the hell are we doing with that crap? And how many drugs does it take to come up with that idea and put it on television? I'm sorry, no. The Jericho interview. That was a waste of time. it was a 10-second thing, and all they had to do was like tease it in the back for just a second. All it amounted to was Renee looking at Jericho and saying, "Hey, Chris Jericho, you got your ass kicked really bad last week. Are you thinking about retiring?" Well, yeah.
Hey, don't be using LA Knight's catchphrase for your Dynamite show.
I got a beard. I do what I want.
That's right. When it comes to Jericho retiring, don't interrupt that man. Let's let him keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
Jericho wants to retire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho wants to go to a nursing home. Yeah.
Powerhouse Hobbs should get a match instead of that segment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my point is, Dynamite, if you take out all of the talking, it was great. But they're trying to overcompensate the wrong way. They've been getting a lot of criticism for not setting up enough storylines, not spoon-feeding the angles to everybody, and now they're going 180 degrees in the other direction, at least on Dynamite. Collision was different to a certain degree. They were more match-oriented, and I was happy about that. But Dynamite... Although I loved the show and the wrestling was great, stop yakking. And that's it for Dynamite.
And our next report is coming down from a man for SmackDown.
Yeah. I call SmackDown the place where all the superstars play.
Barry White started.
Nah, SmackDown, it started with a bang, and I like how they set their show up. The start with the bloodline and end with the bloodline. But LA Knight stole the show. He stole the night. Reigns came down. We know it takes him 10 minutes to get to the ring. He's gonna put his hand up. He's going to look around. He's going to breathe all hard. Before he could take a deep breath, LA Knight was like, I ain't waiting for this bullshit to end. I'm coming out there. I was like, and then Reigns was going into his promo, and there's levels to this. LA Knight is a megastar. Not only did he hold his own, like I said, once again, he stole the show. When he said, now that I'm the head of the table with his promo, I started thinking, this guy's the closest thing to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I think that's why I like him. He's got an attitude. He's an asshole. He wears a black vest. And he has a simple catchphrase. What? Yeah, I mean, it's Stone Cold all over again. Our first match was LWO versus Street Profits. And I think a few weeks ago we were talking about wrestlers getting a rub from the older superstars. I think the rub they're getting from Lashley is paying off. They're starting to look like a tag team that you can put the belts around and run your tag team division around. They remind me of the Harlem Heat, you know, a power guy and a high-flying guy. And I think that's why I really am attracted to this tag team. Their work rate's getting a lot better. Logan Paul, I hate to say it, Rob, he looks like a star. He knocked out Rey Mysterio. He's got natural heel tendencies that I'm attracted to. When she tried to talk to him and he just blew her off. And I think he's going to knock Rey Mysterio out at Crown Royal, at Crown Jewel.
Well, he certainly would get knocked out with Crown Royal. Every time I see Logan Paul, I want a shot.
Logan Paul, Crown Royal.
Well, they teased the KO future, battle. I'm into that. You know what I mean? Their styles clash. I can see it going good.
Well, we'll get to Crown Jewel later.
Yeah. And KO. What did Theory do wrong? Why is Theory getting treated like a little bitch? KO took him and Grayson out by himself. Ain't no way one guy's supposed to take two guys out in wrestling. So they're trying to build KO up as a superhero or something, or Theory's on somebody's shit list. I don't know what's happening with them. So the first female match of the night was Shotzi versus Chelsea Green.
Shotzi!
This was actually a good female match. I just thought Chelsea Green looks like a star, and her and Piper Devin, their tag team looks good together. I thought the wrong person won this match, though. It does nothing for Shotzi. You're not pushing her. She's not in no title races or anything like that. I would have had Chelsea win this match. That's my only gripe with that. Then Cena came out. There's levels to this. He's just a great promo. This guy could be a politician. When he talks, he commands the audience almost better than anybody since The Rock or Stone Cold. And people gravitate towards Cena. I gravitate towards Cena. I like him more today than I did when he was winning all the time as Super Cena. Like now I kind of dig him. The best match of the night.
Now he's relatable.
Yeah, and you know, he's a good actor too. If I like you in movies, you can grow on me. And his movies started getting better. So he started to grow on me a little bit. Dragon Lee versus Alexander was a hell of a match. I'm thinking Dragon Lee or Escobar is supposed to be the next Rey Mysterio. But they keep pushing this Dragon Lee kid. They might have to bring the Cruiserweight title back and put that kind of belt on this kid because he's that good.
How many times I said that?
Yeah, I was really impressed. The Cruiserweight was always one of the best divisions in wrestling. It's where you can do flips and stuff, and it's more allowable and palatable to us because you're running around these light guys flipping in and out the ring and stuff. Bianca came out looking like a megastar, and she checks all the marks. Wrestling, looks. The one thing I hate is whoever's writing her promos make her sound robotic. They do a disservice to her. She has natural charisma, and they don't let that come out in her promos. You know what I mean? She's the ultimate baby face. You don't have to have a 10-minute promo when you're the ultimate baby face and you got revenge in your mind. So I just think they need to work on her promo, and I don't know if it's her. It could just be the writing. So that kind of bugged me.
Chris, quick question. Should anyone have a 10-minute promo?
It depends how good you are. I mean, shit. Ric Flair, some of his best promos was 20 minutes. If you're the GOAT at doing, if I'm entertained, talk and then whoop somebody's ass at the end of the promo. That's how you do a good promo.
I spent more money on spilled liquor than he made in his career.
Yeah, the last night of the match was a main event match for a SmackDown, Jimmy versus LA Knight. I'm so glad that Jimmy's getting to show how good he is because Jay's overshadowed him. But Jimmy's got a little bit of everything too. He's a great heel. He's funny. He can take the moves. You know, he sold for LA Knight. LA Knight sold for him. But he knew his job was to make LA Knight look good going into the match with Roman Reigns. And I thought Jimmy passed with flying colors. He was really good last night.
Real quick, Chris.
Go ahead.
I also like between Uso and the backstage when they asked him about running the play. Like, I ran the play. That's not the play I called. I called it.
Yeah. LA Knight, though, I like his moveset. That's what impressed me last Friday night. I was like, this guy does everybody's moves. And he was doing them nice and crisp. SmackDown put out another stellar show. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it.
Right on. So now we go into our sidebar, which is basically a new segment discussing some things that happened during one of our segments that we want to discuss, because this is one, and then we're going to have sidebar number 2 in the OT later on. With this first sidebar, somebody seen discussed amongst a bunch of people, but we haven't done. Wait a minute, we haven't even done Collision.
Right, because Marcus ain't here, but Tony said he had some notes on it.
Yeah, you gonna run
Tony, can you fly
quick?
through it real quick, because we are at time.
Okay. Jay Wright versus AR Fox, really good match. AR Fox is really underrated as a wrestler, but of course Jay Wright wins. And then MJF is up against the title back. Next week. And unfortunately, Marcus probably be back for it. But next week is 69 Day. The Acclaim will be celebrating 69 days as champion. And MJF is invited to get the 69. The Boys versus the Gun. Nice squash match. Really good squash match for the Gun. You know I like squash matches. Abaddon versus Hikaru. This match is way more entertaining than it had any right to be, in my opinion. Abaddon is a hidden gem that they have, and hopefully they start using her more. QT Marshall is back with his title. Then we move on to Ricky Starks versus Dax Hardwood. Very good match. Ricky Starks, of course, is good. You guys love Dax, so you already know how he is. House of Black was there. We had another promo with Chris Chandler with him and Sky Blue. Cardio versus Barry Horowitz on this one. I don't even. It was like hot. They said hot sauce, and he come with his ass. Kenny Omega versus MJF. Really good match. I'm not going to go into a lot of my feelings on the match because we're going to cover that. But I really like this match. Kenny Omega, in my opinion, was one of Kenny Omega's better matches. Definitely the best he's been on free TV. Kenny did his move over the top rope. MJF shocked the fuck out of me. Went to the air. MJF went to the air over the top rope down for him. Wasn't clean, but this is the first time he ever did it. And everybody was like, holy shit, when it's all MJF do there.
Twisted.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this match. Of course, MJF wins to set up his match with to keep the match going on. Excellent match. We will about to discuss more on the next topic. But I enjoyed that match. It was like one of the better matches of the week.
And just to be 100%, MJF has done that before. He did it when he did the show here in Indianapolis, jumped over the top. He did it before. And that's what I always wondered. Why the heck is he jumping over the top rope like everybody else? But I think he wanted to make it special, so when he did it, it got that big pop instead of just doing it like everybody else. So
I think it's also a babyface thing.
I think
when MJF is a babyface, he'll do what the crowd wants.
Yeah, that's true too. I'll give you that.
It kind of fit where his character is at right now. Like the old badass, the heel MJF would have done that.
All right, so we go to the sidebar right now. And the question on it, speaking of MJF and Omega, is could Omega versus MJF on Collision been better with build-up? And we got a minute each. Go ahead, Tony.
Absolutely. I mean, because you look at some of MJF's best shows, some of his best feuds, the build-up. Like him and Punk, great build-up. Him and Chris Jericho, great build-up. I mean, when he has good build-up, it makes it even better, though. It makes it anticipated. Like I was excited about this match, but not really excited. I was kind of like, wow, really? You guys on Wednesday you gonna tell me you're doing this on Saturday of all day? Like really? I was really questioning the decisions that they made to rush this more so than like really excited about the match. So definitely could have been better with the bill.
Chris.
Absolutely, but not for Collision. I think this is a main event match at a pay-per-view
It's a
that I would
pay-per-view.
want to see. They built the company around Kenny Omega, whether he's a champion or not. They built it around the Bucks, Cody, Kenny Omega, and Jericho. Those are the facts. We know Kenny Omega can go. Those V triggers were fantastic because he doesn't. You don't see him slap his leg. He does it so fast, but it's so loud. Like I just remember him versus Okada. It was fantastic, but this would, if you're not gonna do it on the pay-per-view, your bigger audience is Dynamite. So you put it on that show to see if you can get those numbers through the roof. So I don't know. I think Tony Khan overthought this one and thought he might get a couple extra 100,000 viewers on Saturday. And I haven't seen the numbers yet. Yeah.
Numbers were down.
Yeah, see. So they just blew a pay-per-view style match and for nothing.
Okay.
Another thing with it not being on a pay-per-view, you don't really think that he's going to lose the title.
Okay, I get the feeling that you guys make good points, but I don't think that the match itself would have been much better had they built an elaborate storyline around it. I think the match was great on its own as a standalone, and that there was enough storyline to make it good. MJF is a champion with a target on his back. Everybody's breathing down his neck. Omega's just one of them. He's a former champion. He wanted to break MJF's streak and secure his record as longest reigning champion. And in the wings, you got Wardlow, you've got Samoa Joe, you got Jay White holding the actual belt, which he stole. There's a whole lot there, and it didn't need that kind of elaborate personal feud that might have led into a deeper program, at least not yet.
Those are two top stars, though, Rob.
I understand that, but they were, number one, you were right, they're trying to put Collision over, which might or might not have worked, but they're also testing the waters. And I think that we need a new rating system because AEW has been making 5-star matches all year long, and they've been doing it consistently at using all the time. So, to compare Rembrandt to Picasso and go over and over and over again, Pollock and all of that stuff, we need a different rating system. Like when something hits 5 stars, we got to start distinguishing between them.
I get you.
And add more stars.
No, we just say why is it 5 stars instead of saying it's a 5-star match.
Well, that's part of it, yeah. But I'm thinking like we need to go into 5+ territory. Like this match is 5 stars, but it gets like 2 or 3 extra check marks because of this, and this.
All right, let me go ahead and say mine because mine is simple. Yeah, the story would have made it better. The problem is would we have gotten the American version of Kenny Omega in the storyline and the story production, or would we have got the Japanese version of Kenny Omega in the story production? There is a big difference. The Omega Japanese version is way better, leagues better than this American watered down Kool-Aid with no sugar, oat with no meal, ham no burger type ass Kenny Omega that they got here. I feel cheated. I literally feel cheated. I feel the American public has been robbed, and we should mob AEW and say you have put a fraudulent product out there that's not Kenny Omega. Sorry, I'm just keeping it 100. What he does with his Japanese promos is way better than what he's doing with this. Okay, I'm trying to keep it clean here. This unfiasco performance that he's putting on. This is garbage. This is I'm kicking back because I know I got the power. This is I'm being lazy. This is I don't know if I can hang. I mean, I'm starting to think he's trying to figure out if he can even hang with these guys on the mic. And he really can if he pull out the Japanese version of himself. I don't see any excuse of why he's taking his back seat except if he's either being lazy or he's fucking chicken. And KFC is starting to print on his forehead real quick. It makes me mad because a lot of people have not seen that version of Omega. And they wonder why AEW fans are like, oh my God, Omega. And they're like, well, look what I just saw on TV. What is so exciting about him? He's like that NyQuil that you take when you want to go to sleep. And I'm sorry, Kenny Omega is better than that. He has the skills to do better than that. And unfortunately, he's not pulling it out.
I think the injuries caught up to him.
I don't think it's the injuries. He's not hurting no more.
No, I was watching how he was walking and going into his moves, and he's starting to look like Matt Hardy to me.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's going for his golden showers or what, but I'm going to say this.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
Oh, wait a minute. It was the Golden Lovers. My bad. I apologize. But my thing is this. We, the American public, have been cheated. We, the American public, should be irate. Because honestly, Kenny Omega is good. But this bullshit that he's pulled, and I'm sorry, I don't even know if he wanted to even try to go on the mic with MJF. MJF would have tore him up no matter what. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. When you start talking about value on the mic, and I want to take Japanese Omega even. MJF is there, LA Knight, The Rock, Stone Cold. Actually, to tell you the truth, Rhea Ripley,
Christian.
Then we go to the Japanese Omega somewhere. I'm not saying he's not the top 10, but all of those people have just stepped up and killed it. And Christian is way better than him on that mic. You know, so yeah, that's the way I look at it on that part. But my next question, and I just need a yes or no answer, which I'm getting the feeling on two of you guys, but not one. Because this was also a debate on the internet, which I don't even understand how this could be a debate. Was this match between Kenny Omega and MJF better than any of the CM Punk versus MJF matches?
Hell no.
No.
Tony?
No.
It's unanimous. You guys are full of shit.
Why did you say CM Punk of all that MJF had, though?
No, I'm saying that there were people on the internet that were saying that this match here between Kenny Omega and MJF was better than MJF and CM Punk. Any of their matches. I said you're full of shit.
No.
Not that dog collar match. It wasn't even close.
No, none of the matches.
None of them.
None of them came close.
But the mic drop argument in there is the dog collar match.
Yeah. I think they need to wear a dog collar and stay away from the computer.
Okay, I think that this is the anti-punk sentiment among some AEW fans talking, and they're like quite vocal on the internet. They're pissed off. So that may be what's behind it.
Because all his ads, like y'all think Punk, like none of the Jericho runs, none of the Danielson, like none of the other ones.
Well, let's analyze this for a second. This match was good. And even if Omega was dogging it either physically or psychologically, this match had a lot of scouting reverses in it. If you go back and look at it, you'll see that they countered each other, and you can tell that they scouted each other. It was a great psychological match, but it in no way compares to the chemistry that Punk and MJF had.
But also, Rob, the storyline, which is why I'm telling you, it is important leading up to a big match.
I'm not
The
saying
Punk might
it's
be
not
the king of storylines, period.
I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying that in this particular case, the storyline was contained within the ring. which is what I want to see. I don't want to see a bunch of promos and segments.
But here's my thing over storyline. Is that necessarily going to make the match better, but it accomplishes your goal better, though. They put this match on Collision trying to boost rate. If you build this up for a couple of weeks versus 2 days, they might have had that anticipation to tune into Collision to see this match.
Well, if you're chasing ratings, if you're just wanting a good match, then...
But we assume that's why they put it on Collision.
That is why they put it on Collision.
And I would have done the promo on Dynamite because you have a bigger audience to see if they'll come to Saturday.
Well, they did do a small promo, but this should have been weeks. This should have been weeks of promo, not just one promo. I'm chasing after my legacy. Well, catch the train, bitch. That's what I was saying.
Okay, but how much interference would that have done with the Bullet Club Gold angle that's going on?
It wouldn't even have to be much, though, because you can honestly start it off with them, like, crossing paths. And then MJF, Andy crossing paths. 13 days, bitch, and keep it moving. You could have done a subtle build, then a week of promo, and then put the match out there. But you gotta get your fans wanting to tune in for it.
Maybe so, and maybe that part backfired. Maybe you got a point, but I was satisfied with the match we got.
That wasn't the question, Rob. I was satisfied with the match.
I was satisfied with it too, but it's like, hey, you can have one girl get up and be satisfied, or you can have 3 girls to get up and be satisfied. I want the 3.
I'm taking 3, Rob.
Thank you for joining us at FTW Future Focus.
But right now, we're going to go to our next segment. Are we ready to time down?
What's that?
Are we writing the times down?
Our moment of the week, right?
No, we're switching out. Okay, I'll explain it again afterwards. But, moment of the week, Tony, go first.
That moment of the week?
Yeah.
It should be no surprise what my moment of the week is. The return of Mr. Boy Ric Flair. Woo! I still mark when I hear his music. And to hear his WCW NWA version of it, my God, I really mark. Like, just hear like this, not the WWE, but Ric Flair's music. Him come out there, I know he's old, I know all of the criticism, I don't care. It is Ric Flair. This is the man that's been there for my entire wrestling life. Like from day one, it's been Ric Flair. He still does it for me. So to see him come out there, great. I had no idea what the gift was going to be the thing. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you. And the other reason I would thank you on that too is the fact that like you also worked Christian in there perfectly. There was a lot of talking on Dynamite. I do agree with you on that, Rob. They did this right though, with the gift for Sting. You have Christian come out there. I really think it's going to end up being Christian versus Sting as his final match.
Maybe so. And if it is, it'll be a damn good match.
It would be. I mean, you got like the biggest heel you have in the company right now is MJF to the face versus the Icon. So I don't think anything else could make more sense than to have them two wrestle each other. And I think you can get a good match out of Sting for DK. Please don't make it a tag team match with Ric Flair. Please don't do that. I love you, Ric Flair. Oh my God, please don't put him in a ring again.
If they're going to go tag route, then what they need to do is make it a 6-man. It would need to be Sting, Darby, and Adam Copeland versus Christian, Jarrett, and Lethal.
No, Christian has a 3-man team already. He's got the Luchasaurus. Yeah, why would he go with somebody else?
Well, because Jarrett and Lethal have more history with Sting. The TNA history with...
No, that would give it up to the young guys. Yeah, just keep the young guys in there.
Yeah. And we got Wayne's mom in there. Yeah, I know. I want Wayne's mom.
'Cause I'm crying over you.
I ain't gonna be crying, I'm gonna make her cry. Lord, next.
Okay.
Word of the week. Quick, get your brother. Word of the week.
who's up.
Chris.
Oh, you're talking so close to the mic, it sounds like you said Rob. Mine's is Ric Flair too, and I don't think he's gonna wrestle. I just think Tony Khan is catering and wants Sting to go out on a high. It's just like when a basketball player retires and every last game in the stadium they go to, they get a present or something. To me, Ric Flair was a present to Sting. I mean, TBS and TNT wouldn't be shit without Ric Flair and Sting in the 90s. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And if Sting's getting ready to go out, I want him to be surrounded by his friends. I wanted Sting to be Muda's last match. When Muda went on his, I thought that would have been great. But to see Flair on TNT, to know that he can pop up on any wrestling show on any given day, and we just mark out. He can pop on Impact tomorrow. We're gonna mark out Impact. You know.
Wait, Chris, you remember when he went into the Hall of Fame with the Horsemen? He was on the Impact contract.
Yeah. But I'm a Sting fan and I'm a Flair fan, and seeing them together again, it was nostalgia for me. So that was my moment of the week.
Okay, Rob.
Okay, both my moment and my tap out this week are coming from the internet rumor mill. My moment was the rumor and announcement that Ace Steel was hired by the newly rechristened TNA, and that CM Punk may have possibly signed a contract with them. The reason that this is my moment is because it solves a whole lot of problems and nips the controversy in the bud, and everybody gets what they want in the end. Especially considering that I believe that CM Punk, Phil Brooks, has purchased controlling interest in the company, and that's why it changed its name back to TNA from Impact. That was probably all Punk's doing. Now, not only are they going to rebrand, but they're going to focus on Punk as their main guy. And everybody gets what they want. Punk gets to be a promoter. He's got a platform where he cannot be fired or censored. The heat comes off of AEW, and the fans that are pissed at them over the Punk firing can go watch Impact. And WWE doesn't benefit from them, nor do they have to deal with Punk at all. So everybody is getting what they want out of that situation, and I think it's going to work out great for everybody if it's true.
Let me say this too. There's another added benefit to that. And that's because of one of the biggest reasons TNA is still around. And that's the women's division.
Yeah.
Because think who's going to come with? AJ Lee. And I was hoping that would have happened to AEW. I did. I really wanted that to happen to AEW. But as I stated before, you have an owner that does not know the rules, the basic fundamentals of pro wrestling. You have guys that are in there that are talking in his ear and giving him garbage. So he's not going to sit up here and he's not going to do what most of us would do that understands the business. So,
well, Bobby, here's an added bonus here. If CM Punk is indeed the new controlling interest owner of TNA, that doesn't mean that the co-op has to die. They can still do business with AEW. It's just that Tony Khan has to interact with him as an equal.
Why would he?
No bullshit.
He's not going to do that.
No.
He was like, hold on, wait, hold on, Tony. He was like Dave Chappelle on one of his comedy routines. You don't remember when he had his girlfriend and he was talking to her, and then all of a sudden when they got to the plane, she's like, "What is your wife and kids doing here?" And he was like, "Oh, well, they're going to be on the plane." "Well, where am I going?" "Oh, you're going back home." And then she cried out, wait. She cried out, "Why would you do this to me?" And Dave Chappelle said real loud, "'Cause I'm petty. I'm telling you straight up." CM Punk don't like Tony Khan for what happened. He is not doing business with him. He is not being friends with him. He's not eating dinner with him. He's not getting a drink with him. He's not having a threesome with two of his hair women with him. He's not doing nothing. He's leaving Tony Khan alone and let him suffer in his own drool and vomit of disparagement.
I'm not saying that.
Tony Khan's wife was in danger last time they were around each other.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not saying it would happen. I'm just saying that as equals, they would be able to interact a whole lot better than employee-employer.
They're still not equals. One guy's a billionaire.
Put it like this. We got a better chance of CM Punk and Vince McMahon sitting down eating dinner together and bullshitting than we do of him and Tony Khan getting together. I can tell you that.
Well, that was my moment.
And that is not fake. That is just a fact of life. Yeah. My moment of the week happened early, and nothing actually knocked it away. Tony knows what it is. He's going to start cracking up laughing. Because you know what? I am going to say this. I am so proud. I am so happy. I am so good. I wish Marcus was here. I really wish Marcus was here. Because I do not understand. And even you skipped it, Tony. I don't know if you did it on purpose or not. But that segment on Raw with the 5 women was perfect.
Back up a little.
That was the absolute perfect carried segment that has been done all year. Period. That's what I'm going to be 100% with you. I'm not playing. You're going to look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care. You don't think that I'm stupid. I don't care. You're going to think, what is this dude drinking and what is he been smoking before he got on here? I don't care. Let me tell you why. That was a perfectly executed segment by ladies that everybody thought, except maybe one, maybe two, could not hang when it came to professional wrestling. Shayna Baszler did perfect. Zoe Stark did perfect. Rhea Ripley ripped that shit up with her promo. She sounded better than the dudes.
Back up a little bit. Yeah, it's muffling you.
Oh, okay. She sounded better than the dudes.
Perfect.
And 100%, people wanted to make fun of her. People wanted to talk trash. People wanted to say this girl hurts people. People wanted to say she don't know how to wrestle. Hold on. As I stated before, you needed somebody big to be in there with her to take some of the moves. Raquel Rodriguez was excellent in taking the moves, and Nia Jax was on point on not only taking moves, going by the story, doing things timed in the story, but executing herself. Nia Jax was the ultimate professional on that Raw. And nobody gave her credit. Nobody looked at that. That was the moment of the year. Straight up. Because you got women that stepped up that they said that they couldn't do nothing. And look what the hell they did. That was a perfect segment. It was only one mistake done through that whole segment, and nobody noticed what it was. And I ain't gonna hate on it and tell it. I will tell you this. I have never seen a bunch of ladies do the Young Bucks routine better than the Young Bucks. But they sure as hell did. Yeah. I'm sorry. My segment, my moment of the week is 100%, no doubt, no adulterated, no choice. That 5, I am looking forward to Crown Jewel because of that. And that's the match that I think is going to be a sleeper.
I hope it is, especially being quality. I hope it will strong quality.
This is we gotta talk about Crown Jewel, so I don't want to spoil too much of it. But I will go through my thoughts on Crown Jewel when we get to that point. But I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mad props. Mad props to those 5 ladies in the WWE on that segment of Raw. And Mr. Pierce did his role perfectly too. He didn't oversaturate anybody. He didn't try to overbear anybody because he's a dude. He was there. He served his purpose. He backed off and let them girls go. Thank you, Adam Pierce. Thank you.
Adam Pierce doesn't get as much credit as he deserves.
No, they don't. He
Former
don't.
NWA World Champion.
Yeah.
Just like Nick Aldis is. He's a stone cold professional.
Yep. And those girls were stone cold that night by doing what they did. That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. Segment of the year for me, to tell you the truth.
Hey, keep in mind, Adam Pierce got promoted for running both shows running Raw. Great promotion.
You said what?
He was also promoted for running both shows for running Raw.
Yep.
Well, that would be a demotion.
No. Not when it comes to the game of Triple H.
Right on. So let's go to the next segment. You tapped out. Rob, go first.
Okay, my tap out moment comes from the rumor mill as well, and it has to do with Crown Jewel. The rumor that TKO spent $50 million to bring in this Saudi Arabian soccer player for some kind of cameo or some kind of one-off fight for this pay-per-view just to cater to the local audience. Okay, I get it. I know why they're doing it. It's understandable, but it's not worth $50 million. For the love of God, they're only in front of this crowd twice a year at best. And here they're wasting money that they could have used to keep everybody that they let go of 2 months ago and hire writers who knew what the fuck they were doing so that they could... Okay, I'm sorry. Let me... But anyway... Nobody is worth $50 million, especially not somebody that's not even a wrestler. And it's just, it drove me nuts. And it's a perfect example of the things that drive me completely insane about the way WWE does business. It's catering, it's celebrity worship, it has nothing to do with making good matches. It's just a horrible decision for a horrible price tag. I'm done.
Okay, let me speak on this real quick. Rob, I don't get how you think that way. Because he is an international super soccer star. It might not be big here in America, okay? But soccer is huge all over the world. All right?
Everywhere but here.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's like one of the top 3
it's
sports.
huge here now.
It's getting there. It ain't, you know. But $50 million. We pay pitchers in baseball $124 million. $200 million. So to get a star of that caliber that's equal to the sport that's over there is kind of right on the line. But you also have to think about this. The only place they go to out there is Saudi Arabia. If they want to expand, they want to get the interest and get everybody watching to see who tunes in to see the superstar and who stays on to watch the rest of the show. That way they know they can expand and they got a very good foothold out there in Saudi Arabia.
Makes sense.
And in the Middle East. Because you got Egypt. Oh God, think about the WWE in Egypt. Wow. That
China. The most people in the world.
No, China they ain't going to China. China is under communist rules. They ain't gonna have it. They ain't gonna have it.
No combat sports over there.
They got combat sports, but it's where the Chinese guys gonna go over every rip, and I dare you to say no. And then when they say they're gonna pay you a bunch of money, they don't pay it to you. So WWE ain't going there.
Remember they weren't gonna let the wrestlers leave.
Yeah,
That's when they went over there.
yeah. But you just put it like this. You got a lot of factors in there that where they do the reason why they spending $50 million is they think they could get $250 million someplace else. And think about this. WWE ain't paying that money. That's the Saudis doing that.
And they have to play the club that the soccer player plays for. You always have to play a club for you.
Right,
So
which
part of
that total is 50 million. That
Yes.
total is 50 million. That's what the total is.
That is.
So, just to be real with you, it's a business expenditure to try to expand business so they can do a tour of all the Middle East. And think about it. If the Saudi prince is giving them $250 million to do 2 shows there a year, if you get a whole tour going, that means you get $250 million minimum from all the other places over there.
Bobby, I understand the weights and the means here, but my point is that whatever they pay for is more than likely to stay. I mean, the Shetland Pony Show in Tijuana is a sellout every night. Doesn't mean it's good entertainment. And I'll ding myself for that one. Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
The question is, though, how do you know what's entertaining if you didn't watch it?
I plead the Fifth Amendment on that subject. Thank you for joining us on
We gotta stop calling it WWE now. Endeavor is gonna be expanding into entertainment and doing a lot of shit with WWE.
Yeah. Tony, go ahead.
My Utah Stop moment happened on NXT. And it might not be a big deal to you guys, but it just rubbed me the wrong way. What's his name? King?
Yeah.
Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah.
I get what he's doing. The whole like his dad's dead, never for us. I get all that. The one thing that bothered me on it though is like Booker T was ripping Brian Pillman on commentary. And I get it's part of the storyline, but it just really bothered me to hear Booker T up there talking shit about Brian Pillman and what a terrible person he was. Like, dude, this is like one of your brothers that died. You're sitting here in commentary ripping him. Let the kid do it because that's his character. I just think it was appropriate for Booker T to do it. That's just my opinion. It rubbed me the wrong way.
I know why they did it. We'll go into that later.
I mean, how did I get why they did it? I just didn't like it.
I got you. Chris,
I mean,
go ahead.
they're trying to add on to that story though, but I don't really think that Booker T ripping Brian Pillman is going to help me get that over.
True. Chris.
Mine's is from Dynamite, and it was 2 matches. I can only pick one. So, I mean, the Hardys 15 years ago versus the Bucks on ROH or something. Sign me up.
Yeah.
They look broke down. We know they're just collecting a check, and they're still good. I mean, these are 2 of the best minds in the history of wrestling. But I'm watching them, and I'm just going, if we want Jericho to retire, when we gonna ask the Hardys to retire? Because there's nothing left for him to do. I don't want to see Jeff try to kill himself no more. We got Darby Allin for that. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't look good out there no more, Chris.
And the Young Bucks only wrestle their friends. Like y'all said, they had to slow down for the Young Bucks. The Hardys ain't fast no more. They can't run around the ring. I mean, the Bucks had to slow down for them. Wrestling some dinosaurs. It was just a bad match, and I'm tired. If you want to be the best tag team in the world, stop putting ancillary titles that don't mean nothing on yourself just so you can have a belt, and really learn the art of wrestling. Because we didn't have this problem with the Briscoes versus FTR.
Very good point. Very good point. My tap out moment of the week, I'm just going to say AEW as a whole.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all just screwed up bad, man. AEW just screwed up real bad. They will get saved, which we'll talk about in another program. They will get saved. They will survive. But it's not going to be anything Tony Khan does. He's just the right person at the right place. This is garbage. This is not even regular garbage.
Hot garbage.
This ain't even hot garbage. This ain't even recycled garbage. This is that toxic waste that you get from the bottom, scrape it off of the nuclear plant,
Preach.
put it in one of them cans, and store it somewhere so nobody touches it, but it can't be destroyed. I don't know what AEW's doing. I don't care, honestly, what AEW's doing anymore. That's how bad they've gotten. All of the people that are deserving of moving up in that company are being held back, and all of the wrong people are being put forward. This is blasphemy to the professional wrestling business. They don't follow the fundamentals of professional wrestling. They can't even do a tag match right. They don't even know how to do a damn interview right. They keep kicking Tony Schiavone out the damn ring. I'm sorry. When you can't even do a fucking interview right, why the fuck are you an organization? You gotta pass the interview before you get the job, and they can't even do that.
Preach.
AEW as a whole has went down since they have screwed up and fired the wrong people, and they want to listen to their buddies because they were afraid for their life. They have went from, oh man, they could be competitive with WWE, onto, can you even compete with World of Women Wrestling? Because World of Women Wrestling right now is more interesting than AEW. And I'm not saying that trying to be a jerk. I'm being dead serious. World of Women Wrestling got it going on. And yes, I am partial to women's wrestling, so what? But I could not say that honestly before.
Part of the reason is because of AEW, because they have the worst women's division in wrestling.
Yeah, it's the worst. What did Cornette say that one time? He couldn't, the AEW can't sell a pussy to a ship of sailors that's been out for a year. Something like that. It's something like that.
Well, there's a reason for that, but that's not here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. AEW cannot sell the women's division. They don't have the pimp stroke. They're terrible. And that's why I honestly, and I'm going to say it now, in 3 years, AEW is going to move from the number 2 company to the 4th. They're going to slide down 2 spots. And it's because of their business practices. The same thing I've been saying this whole time. AEW has tapped out and will continue to tap out until 2 years from now, or 2.5 years from now. They will be saved, but it will be by luck. And I'll explain that on another show.
Your show NXT does better numbers than their number 1 show Dynamite sometimes. It's sad, man.
We'll get there.
TNT's a big enough network to get good ratings. We all know that.
All right, so we're going to go on to our next subject. Something that is going to be a lot of fun. And I hope this is good, but
Crown Jewel predictions.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the predictions for Crown Jewel. Rob, I know you're going to want your barf bag when we talk about these matches. It's okay.
Some.
Yeah, I know there's one in particular I'm looking at.
Is Johnny Knoxville fighting Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel?
No, I'm fighting Johnny Knoxville. And I don't give a damn if it's in a parking somewhere.
You can't hurt them jackass dudes, Rob.
One of these guys
I'm
might get our
going to
first
kick
run.
his ass until his white hair turns brown again.
Okay, so let's kick this off.
I don't give a fuck about Rob on this card.
Let's kick this off. First match we're going to talk about for Crown Jewel 2023 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We have Cody Rhodes taking on Damian Priest. Rob, go first.
Sorry, I had a frog in my throat there. I'm going to give this to Cody. I think that it would benefit him better to get the win out of this because it moves things on between him and other stuff going on with Jay and with Sami Zayn, and all of those people are jockeying for position to get at Roman. So I'd say Cody gets this.
Tony.
I don't think Cody needs it. Damian Priest needs it. You know why Damian Priest needs it? He is senior money in the bank.
But that's why he doesn't need it.
No, he does. I mean, usually when somebody has money in the bank, you think that this is the next guy to be a world champion. And let's be honest, anybody thinks that he's honestly the next guy.
But he doesn't have to choose the world champion anymore either. He can go after the U.S. title.
Oh, that's so stupid.
But here's the problem, though. Like, if he can't beat main eventer, you can't believe he's a world champion, and that briefcase is the value of the briefcase. He needs to win the most. And then the way the Judgment Days run, I mean, if they make this 4-1 like they typically do, he should beat Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is still strong because all 4 members of the Judgment Day to beat him. And senior money gets to win. So my pick is Damian Priest. He needs to play more than Cody. And he's been looking good lately.
Get your man.
I hate that they put this match together because they both need it. And I'm going to tell you why. Cody, for him to have any push, he can't be losing matches. Because why would we think he'll win anything?
I don't.
Damian Priest, remember what they did with Austin Theory when he had the briefcase? He was losing every week and then cashed in for a U.S. title. So what? We want Damian Priest to cash in on Gunther for the Intercontinental title, or Dominic for his world title. I mean, they've devalued the briefcase again, so he needs to win also. I'm hoping for a double disqualification or some shenanigans, and somebody get disqualified and Cody wins the match, so nobody loses any steam. This could be the match of the night, though. I will say that. Because both these guys can perform, and if they have chemistry, this might be one of the best matches. If I have to pick somebody, I'm taking Cody.
I'm not talking about value of the title, how much champion itself. I really think Gunther is a tougher champion and a more dominant champion than the freaking Mob as the world champion. He better not cash in on IC title. That ain't gonna go well.
Bobby, what do you think?
I honestly think Cody can lose his match. And the reason it being is because he's always coming from behind to win something.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a match against Priest to lose. So I would have to say, honestly, I think Priest is going to walk off with some shenanigans. And then all of a sudden, Cody's going to come back and win 2 in a row. But, yeah, Priest is going to win with some shenanigans. It's not going to be Cody taking his first one and walking off. Because think about what the next 2 is. And this will give more time for the Roman Reigns stuff, too. The next 2 you got, the first one you got, what is it, Royal Rumble? It's a big one.
I think
and then you got WrestleMania.
No, what about Survivor Series?
Oh, yeah, Survivor Series in Royal Rumble. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that leaves WrestleMania open so he can go for Roman. Okay, yeah. Perfect time for me.
Well,
I'm
we can't forget about the Royal Rumble winner either.
Who said he ain't going to win it?
He just won the last one.
He just won the last one.
Okay.
Let's not do that again. Come on.
I could see Gunther winning this next one, but that's another day for another story.
Well, first of all,
No,
if you have Cody win again, you can't have him win the Rumble again and challenge Roman again.
That's unheard of.
No.
There's only two people that have won it, to my knowledge, back to back or 3 in a row, and that's Austin and Hogan. So it would be unprecedented if Cody won it again.
But Cody's that type of dude to where they could pull it off.
Yeah.
No, he's not on Hogan's level. No.
Of course not. But you want Brock Lesnar to win it?
I would rather Dylan Mulvaney win it. Ugh.
I would have to agree with him, and I don't even know who the hell that is. But all right, next one.
I wouldn't mind if Logan Paul won it.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I will jump off a roof.
I wouldn't mind Orton winning it.
Orton, yes.
That would be nice.
Paul, no.
All right. Next matchup: Cena versus Solo. Tony.
The funny thing is, he's kicking up with me because I told him I've been going back and forth through this match. Like, I don't know who. Like, depending on how I feel, that's who I pick. John Cena needs it, but he don't. He don't need it, but he hasn't won in a long time, so he needs it. But I don't think this is the one for him, though. I really think that this Solo Sikoa still win this match. So I'm taking Solo right now. It could change before y'all done.
Yeah.
This second, my pick is Solo.
Chris.
This could end up being lazy booking. John Cena's legacy set. We talked about giving guys rub. But Solo, he loses all the time. And we still like, when he comes out, he's the enforcer. But he gets pinned every time somebody wants to fight Reigns. They wrestle Solo and beat him. So I'm hoping Cena doesn't do the, he loses and he's crying on the stage like he did to The Rock. I don't got it anymore. I can't win. And do that thing again. I hope it's not a repeat of that crap. So I'm taking Cena because I've seen Solo win every other week. It ain't his time yet. And he'll still get the rub. He fought Cena. So.
Rob.
Do I really have to say it?
Yes.
I'm pulling my I don't give a fuck card for this match. I don't care who wins this. Cena does not interest me. I wish he had never come back. He's Mark Wahlberg's stunt double, and nothing he's done aside from being a good human being with the Make-A-Wish stuff. I have no interest in what John Cena does, especially with Solo Sikoa, who for some reason is like in constant underdrive. He's like in low gear in every match I ever see him in, especially on pay-per-view. I think this has probably got the potential to be the worst match of the night. I could care less. So this is my do not give a fuck card right here.
Chris,
In my pick,
for Rob, this could be the worst match of the night, and it's not Logan Paul. That's saying a lot.
It is. We'll get there.
My pick is going to be Solo. Cena's going to lose this one, but he's going to get on a hot streak after this. This loss right here is going to fuel him into something, depending on what this actor's thing is. Because remember what he said, once the actors come back, he's going back to work. So I see Solo taking it. The next one, Cena would take it, and then the one after that, it's one of those toss-up ones. I think I see Solo taking this one.
Well, the writer's strike is already over, so the actors may not follow in too short a order. So hopefully Cena will go back to Hollywood before the Royal Rumble, so there's no danger of him getting in the main event against Reigns.
Well, if it's over, then that means, definitely Solo's definitely going to win. Cena's going to fade off.
Yeah, and Reigns already beat Cena So I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Next matchup. The champion, Io Sky, taking on, you know it. It's that girl with that flavor, that girl with that hair, the girl with the cute lips that can go ahead and skip around like she can skip, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Bianca Belair, baby. I'm taking this one. Man, as much as I want Bianca to win it, I think they gonna do something stupid and let Io Sky take that belt. I'm sorry. I gave her a chance. Io Sky has not done nothing with that belt since she's had it. The storyline between the whatever their name is, I mean, it's so boring till I can't even remember their group's name.
Damage control.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, they need to damage control their damage control.
Blame for that. That's for
Io Sky don't need that belt. I just think they're gonna do something stupid to where Bianca. I hate saying this because I want Bianca to take that belt, but honestly, I'm stuck on this one. I'm gonna say Bianca because maybe they just gave her the belt so Bianca could go on vacation or something. I'm praying that's it, and Bianca gets that belt back. And then
I think she was legitimately hurt, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully that was it. And we can have an exchange because that women's belt is deteriorating under Io Sky, unfortunately. And with me saying my comments about Io Sky, Rob, go next.
Okay, I love Io.
I bet you do.
Okay. But I'm actually going to go with Bianca on this one.
What?
Yeah. And going from the I don't give a fuck match to what potentially could be the match of the night. I think this could be the match of the night. Bianca, if she's healthy, is a fantastic ring general so far. And Io is got enough talent to match her. So I think that they're going to put the title back on Bianca, and I think they're going to finally punch the ticket on Io leaving Damage Control and having the feud with Bayley.
Thank God. Tony.
As much as you think that Bianca needs the title, Bianca is a mega star with or without the belt. She don't have to have the belt. She don't. She's a star with or without the belt. Io Sky is phenomenal talent, but I think she needs the title. And as much as you're saying like she's not really doing much of that title, Rhea Ripley got the flyweight coming up, but what has she really been doing with her title over the last month or two?
Oh, whoa. You did not just compare Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. You didn't do that.
I ain't saying Io Sky wrestles, Ripley doesn't. That's what he said. I heard him.
Yes, because Rhea Ripley don't defend that title.
Preach.
So yeah.
Does she? Okay, think about what she's doing though, and her character. Does she need to defend that title with what she's doing?
Then she don't need the title. There you go. It's a double-edged sword.
Right now.
No. That's not a double-edged sword. Let me show you why. You trying to instigate some stuff. Look at you. The reason why I say it's not a double-edged sword is because Rhea Ripley is being in control of her group. She's being in control of her clan. She's being the leader of that clan. She's doing the planning. She's doing a Ric Flair mixed with James J. Dillon thing when it comes to that. She don't need to. She can beat everybody. How ain't she? Because when she step on that mic, she kills it every rip. All she gotta do is step up and she kills it.
Yeah. They
Io
keep
Sky,
broken, baby.
Like that segment.
Io Sky ain't killing nothing on the mic.
Segment is forever. She been
Io
killing
Sky,
too.
Io Sky ain't killing nothing with the mic.
But she killing it in the ring.
No, she ain't.
Exactly.
No, she ain't. Let's just keep it 100. She is not killing it in the ring. She has potential, but she is not doing her full potential right now.
In the ring.
I could name 4 wrestlers right off the top of my head that's better than Io Sky. Can't do that to Rhea.
Well, when you're number one, you can't do it to her, but damn.
But you're the champion. You're supposed to be number 1 and number 2 at least.
No, because we know Charlotte, Bianca, 1, 2, 3 in some kind of order with Rhea. And then you can bring an EO in and other people in.
EO?
Yeah.
Well, how would you
say
put EO right behind them? You can't do that.
I can.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. I got Zoe Stark ahead. I got Zio.
People on here that got Io Sky up there. She ain't up there with.
She's in my top 5.
Yeah.
She's barely in my top 10.
Okay. That's opinion. That's why we have an opinionated show.
Yeah,
That's true.
but
That's
I'm
very
confused. I'm confused. But Tony, who are you picking?
I'm thinking Io.
All right.
Boo.
My turn.
It's your turn.
I haven't gone yet. Everybody's gone but me.
He hasn't gone.
Yes, he did.
No, I
Yes, he
didn't.
did.
No, he did.
You said the women's girl. You said the women's girl was gonna win.
No.
Oh, dear Lord.
Y'all changed my mind. I was gonna take Io, but and I think she's phenomenal. She's the most consistent because she hasn't been injured. Ripley's been injured, Charlotte's been injured, Bianca's been injured. They always find some champion to put a belt on. That's just because we got somebody there that can perform every week. She's one of the top performers in the business to me. We didn't mention Asuka either. Asuka's up there.
Oscar's up there too, yeah.
I think this is where Charlotte gets her 15th championship, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's for Bianca. Bianca has shined in the last 2 WrestleManias. She won her first world title. Then she had that war against Becky. That bitch Becky, as Tony would say. I'm thinking Charlotte wins the title. Bianca turns heel, which I would love, and gets the title back in WrestleMania. She chases Charlotte all the way to WrestleMania and has her 3rd WrestleMania moment in a row. And then you can start like an Undertaker streak with her, where she never loses at WrestleMania. That's just me fantasy booking though. But I think Charlotte's going to win it, so Bianca can chase her and get her belt back.
So, and Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, would you pick Charlotte?
I thought it was a 3-way.
No.
They changed it?
No.
We checked
I thought it was a 3-way the whole time.
No, it's not. I would have picked Charlotte.
Well, then
I wouldn't mind if it was a 3-way.
I swear to God, I thought I saw like
Thank you for joining us on
Bianca.
FTW Future Focus.
Hey, don't forget you're making a 4-way vote out.
I can't believe I thought it was a 3-way. That's why I thought there was no way she'd get out of it.
I'm not mad at you, man, because I wish it was.
on FTW Future Focus.
I really do wish it was a 3-way.
I got EO there.
I really wish it was a 3-way.
Damn.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
I just saw Charlotte getting booked for a
I'm
title.
sorry, but I would love to have a 3-way with Io and Bianca. Oh my God.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Bianca can slam me first place or something.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Wow.
You guys got me.
Next matchup. The Fatal 5-Way for the World Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, Mosquito Bites, Zoe Stark.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Oh my God. Zoe Stark, my baby Nia Jax. And the champion, Rhea Ripley. Go ahead, Tony.
We take on Rhea. When you go one-on-one with somebody, you got a 50-50 shot of winning the match.
Oh, God.
Ripley, you 75%, 25%. And we added all these other bitches. Now Rhea Ripley got 150% to 2% because Rhea Ripley always ends on top. Mommy's always on top. And this ain't gonna be no exception. Rhea Ripley all the way. And it ain't even close for me. I never remotely thought that any of these other women have a shot at taking the title from Mommy. Yeah, she don't defend the title often, but when she do it, she does it. And she's gonna make
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
That was a good point.
It was, but still, you get dinged for the one.
Get him, Rob.
So who was the winner?
He said Rhea.
Rhea.
I couldn't hear.
But the one thing I like about this match is the fact that this match alone is better than the entire AEW Women's Division.
That's crazy, but that's true.
I guess they tell me I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I think EO needs to go to AEW.
No. Don't do that.
We've been
She be a
saying for
champ-
years, the
she be-
AEW women's locker room needs organization.
She be
They
a
have the
champion.
talent. They just don't have the organization.
They don't have the talent.
Because she's the most talented bitch in it.
I still want to see her and Asuka tag team and win the women's tag team titles.
Oh, great.
All right. So Tony, you went Rhea. Rob.
I got mommy.
Well, I do as well. It's not time for Ripley to lose the title. She should hold on to it until WrestleMania, and it's going to be whoever it's going to be. She needs to lose it on a big stage after the streak that she's been on. So, and plus it's crown jewel. I don't think we're going to see any major title changes on this show. So I would say that
Yeah.
So you said mommy's gonna be on top.
Mommy's going to be sideways. And thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
President on your side. Chris, go ahead, go back.
Joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I disagree with Robin and Tony, and I'll tell you why. Bobby just broke it down. Rhea's doing everything. She's the show on Raw. That's your biggest star to me on Raw is Rhea Ripley. But she ain't defending the belt like Tony said. And y'all made the argument some people don't need the belt right now. She might really be injured, and that's when you have these 5-way matches pop up. So you can hide her, let the other ones wrestle. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to get pinned, so she doesn't lose anything. And with her being the biggest star on Raw, can't nobody chase her. She needs to be chasing somebody to get that belt back. So why not have Nia Jax win this match? I mean, they brought her back. They probably gave her a boatload of money. She's been doing way better since she's been back. And Rhea has not been wrestling on a regular basis. Put Nia Jax in there, have her squash the women's division, and Rhea comes through it, the Rumble or WrestleMania, and wins her belt back. So I got Jax.
Why did I feel Bobby got Jax too?
You should already know.
He starts smiling evilly.
Come on, man. You don't think Nia Jax is going to get that title?
I don't.
Nia Jax is getting that title.
No, Nia Jax on top. No, Nia Jax on bottom. Mommy gonna be on top of Nia.
No.
Picture it. Bobby.
Actually, to be honest, I don't care if she's on top or bottom. I'm just going to take them both. But anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
My thing is this, honestly.
I don't want to be on bottom of both of them. They both could be on top of me.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
But for real though, Nia Jackson's gonna steal that belt by some type of weird thing happening. Rhea Ripley is not gonna get pinned. Rhea's gonna be pissed as hell. Nia Jackson's gonna start stomping everybody, and then the two powerhouses collide.
Yeah.
I see it coming a mile away. Nia Jackson's done too well not to get that belt. It's about time they give her that belt. Let her fine self hold it up to her bosom and make us all wish we were that belt next to her bosom.
Because it ain't going around her waist.
No, I would. But anyway.
And you know what? She has a built-in feud with Shayna Baszler. If she
There you
wants to
go. She had a feud with all of them.
Yeah.
So she can make her run.
Two powerhouses.
And she can make her run, get her little thing over with, and then once she's done with her run, Rhea gets the belt back.
I'm kind of disappointed since her return. They haven't even addressed the Shayna Baszler thing.
That's because they don't know how to write. Come on now. We know that.
And then Nia Jax also got the attention too.
And WWE Creative could screw up a cup of coffee.
And it ain't coincidence
They
that
ain't
The Rock
screwing us
came
up,
back
though.
a few weeks ago and his husband's back.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. They ain't screwing us up.
No,
Wait
they're not.
for it.
That's what she told me. But anyway,
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. In fact,
Yeah, I'll
I'll
take
thank you
Nia Jax.
twice because you said something earlier that I missed. I was writing something down. So that's two in a row.
That's
yeah, this is
17,
one.
17, Rob.
What?
Is that 17?
No, that's hold on. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19. Okay, cool.
And I give her good old 21 blackjack.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. That's an even 20 for this episode.
All right, next matchup. Yeah!
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
All right, next matchup.
Okay, next.
Next matchup. U.S. Championship is on the line. Logan Paul takes on Rey Mysterio Jr. Rob! Yes! It is your turn, my friend.
I ain't seen him out the glasses for like weeks up until this match.
Boy, he took the glasses off on this one. Hold up.
Ray. And I say that out of the cockles of my heart because I'm really hoping that it goes down that way. Especially since it's the Saudi Arabia show and there really shouldn't be any major title changes. I have to admit that it would make me puke in my soup if Logan Paul winds up with that belt. But it would make perfect sense that WWE Creative would do that because they think they're going to cash in.
Can I take it back on Rob?
But I think that Ray should win this because in the end, I think that Dominic is going to be the guy to take the belt off of him because that's the thing everybody wants to see.
Can I take it back, Rob?
Go ahead, man.
Feel free.
I piggyback off of Ray and yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
All this piggybacking. Y'all gonna make. I'm quitting the show.
Barebacking and yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Pause.
Not what I'm with Nia. Not happening.
Thank you for joining us.
Get it out, Tony.
That's what Nia would be telling me.
Thank you for joining us. Oh my God.
You say Logan don't need a title. Come on. Rey Mysterio honestly needs that title. From the time he won a title up until now, I'm wondering why the fuck does he have the title? Like, really? What's he doing for the U.S. title? Why does he have the U.S. title? I never thought he should won the U.S. title to begin with. But you want to talk about moving the needle? Put that title on Logan Paul. That U.S. title will be seen everywhere. And after his boxing match a couple weeks ago, for him to actually pull off the title, you're gonna see that shit on Fox, ESPN. He might be on Good Morning America. And it's not a bad thing, Rob.
And everybody will be laughing at the WWE because a damn YouTuber can win a title.
At the WWE because Logan Paul's a legit badass. Wherever he goes, he wins.
To my mind, it's like putting the Intercontinental title on me.
No, you're not Logan Paul. You're not a professional
Give me time.
He's a professional fighter, so it's not an embarrassment. This is not Sylvester Stallone doing movies. This is not.
He hasn't earned it.
This is a professional fighter.
He hasn't earned it.
You're gonna have a real fighter as a champion. That's not an embarrassment at all. I got Logan Paul all day on this one because I think it just makes sense because I don't get why Reagan had a title to begin with.
Well, it's a parting gift because he's getting ready to retire.
Correct.
But losing it to Logan Paul would be like spitting in the middle of a milkshake. No.
All right, can I go?
Sure.
All right,
Chris, go ahead.
Yeah. Rob, I get it. Everybody starts doing wrestling and they have their first year. This guy put on a show at Reigns at the last Crown Jewel. We all were surprised. Even the mastermind said, we all said this was going to be a whack match. And we was like, he held his own with Reigns. We all said it. I got to keep it. This kid, him and his brother have figured something out, and they're businessmen. They're combat sports guys. This guy can go box somebody one weekend and then go wrestle Rey Mysterio the next weekend. Sign me up for his life. You can see this one a mile away, and he hasn't proved. They're letting him wrestle their best wrestlers because he's been holding his own. He wrestled Seth Rollins. He wrestled the world champion, Roman Reigns. He beat up on The Miz, and now he's wrestling Rey Mysterio. And nobody can touch him except The Rock on, how many people view him. How many people are, on his Instagram? I'm just saying, that's money. That's how you generate money, is by getting your stuff, your product out there. This kid, and he looks like a star. He doesn't look.
There are a whole lot more people who deserve it more than this guy.
I don't see it, man. I watch wrestling every day. When you got the it factor, those guys jump the line sometime, but it takes hard work also. He looks like he's working to me. We said he had the best slingshot lariat. Adam Page's been doing it for 10 years. This guy, he does it better than Adam Page.
He's jumping the line because he's a celebrity.
I don't want to go too long. I got Logan Paul, Bobby, and that's for those reasons.
And unfortunately, I gotta say Logan as well. We all talk about the views. We all talk about what he can bring to the table, how he can help WWE grow. That's something that is unprecedented, number one, but at the same time, very helpful and very thankful for that, number two. So I kind of see where Rob's coming from, but this is where I don't see where he's coming from. If he wrestled like David Arquette, I could understand. If he was Arquette's twin, then yeah, I would go ahead and say, hell no, he don't even deserve to bring the robes from the back.
Yes.
He trained with Rip Rogers. Guess who else trained with Rip Rogers?
Rhea Ripley.
No. Somebody else that you look at and say,
the Mastermind?
No. I know Rip Rogers. I've met him. Yeah. I did a couple of sessions, but not fully trained.
Right.
But the other person that did it is old boy that does ESPN. What's his name?
Not coach.
Not coach.
MVP.
What? The punter from the Colts. McAfee.
No.
Yeah. And he's good too.
Yeah.
He's been trained by the best. He's not coming out there goofing off. They are going to actual training. This is Rip Rogers training that's coming out, who's done numerous WWE superstars. That's why they fit so well. I'm sorry. They might have got the initial connection to get into wrestling school because of their position in life. But they had to work hard to do what they do right now. And as a person that's been in that ring, I can't disrespect that. Can't disrespect that whatsoever. Hell, if I was on the card and I'm the champ, and this guy is sitting up here and he's doing this stuff like that, I want him to beat me for the title. For my title. And reason being is because it's going to make us both look good. Logan, he deserves that title, man.
He moves the needle.
He is the damn needle.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Moves the needle for who? though.
I've been entertained.
Hold on, but Rob, think about this. Think about this. You can only. This is AEW's problem versus WWE's. AEW keeps to the fans that are there that are already spending the money. WWE and their strategy, which you can say is successful with Logan Paul, they bring in casual fans that don't spend the money all the time, and the only reason they would see that product is because of that person.
Right.
Logan Paul brings in a lot of those people. A lot. And I'm not talking about 1 million. I'm not talking about 2 million.
But Rob,
There's a problem here.
And here's the thing that you got to look at it as too, Rob. Because you don't like celebrities, and I get that. Like the Jackass motherfucker, the David Arquette. I get that. This motherfucker is a professional athlete too, though. He's not just a celebrity. He's a professional athlete. So that's a legitimacy that gets added to it as well.
It waters it down. That's the problem.
No, bad talent waters it down. This is a great talent. This is a great talent. He's not bad.
The general audience is not going to stay for anybody else but him. This guy has an internet following, yes, but the problem is when he's not on screen, they're going to turn the channel. That's not.
They do that when Reigns ain't on screen. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Wait a second. Let's look at the numbers from AEW. They do that on a regular basis.
AEW has a fan base. They don't go away.
Not bigger than WWE's, Rob. It ain't even close.
Hold on, but check this out. Rob, listen to what I'm saying. I understand they have a fan base. I said that earlier. The thing is he's bringing people that don't watch wrestling, is not that fan base, to come spend money.
Trying to grow. You got to grow.
They're going to leave.
It's not everybody. It's a numbers game. If 30% stay, WWE gained 25% of new fans.
I seriously doubt it would ever be that high.
Right now, honestly, and this is coming from numbers, I think I got it from WrestleNomics. Hold on. I want to check it because.
Go ahead.
But you can't. As you double check it, you got to try to grow your numbers. AEW doing stuff to keep their fans currently happy.
Endeavor is an entertainment company and sports company. We keep saying WWE now. They have a bigger backer than ever that's running the stuff now, and they're going to want entertainers.
They want corporate entertainment.
I can't find it. I'm looking and I can't find it. But check this out.
When Mike Tyson was on back when Austin won the title versus Michaels, you think Mike Tyson didn't bump the numbers? They were competing with WCW at the time for the 83 weeks. They brought Mike Tyson in. Numbers went up. Mayweather.
Those fans don't
Numbers
say.
went up.
But check this out.
Only temporarily. That strategy won't work forever.
Logan's on the roster, Rob.
But this is the thing. It's not just pandering. It's not just pandering. The man can work.
Yeah.
And the man can work. That's what keeps the wrestling fans around. He can work. Plus, they want to punch him in his ding ding.
Plus, Rob, if you never knew he was an entertainer and they introduced him like he's from OVW, you would accept him. It's the same guy doing the same stick with the same moves. You'd have been like, oh, he's from OVW.
That's debatable, but that's why we're here. We got different opinions, and I'm not gonna.
No, you're not.
I'm obviously outnumbered here.
Punch you in your chin.
All right, let's get to the next matchup. Next matchup, World Championship match. Drew McIntyre taking on Seth Rollins. Let me go first in this one. I don't give a fuck. This tall black dude right here, don't could care less give a fuck. Bang bang. Why do I care about McIntyre? I'm grumpy right now, and I'm going to go after Seth for the belt. I'm going to stick my sword up his keister. I don't care. This is the dumbest thing I see Drew McIntyre do, and I mean Seth Rollins has been running on stupid for the last year or so. So, stupid is gasoline for Seth Rollins. I mean, so I don't give a fuck about this match. I don't understand why anybody would give a fuck about this match. There could have been better competitors that could have had a chance at the title. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to say it's better competitors. I'm going to say it could be better stories told by someone getting the title besides this. I'm a Scottish and I'm pissed. But I tell you this, you make me mad, I will use my sword. And not like I did on Alexa Bliss.
No, don't cut me with that
Thank you
sword.
for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Rob, go next.
Okay, I'm picking Rollins for this. Number one, because I said there's not going to be any major title changes on this show. Two, because McIntyre's WWE status is still actually in limbo. He has not re-signed for his new contract yet, and there's still some wiggle room there. So putting the title on him right now would be kind of a bad idea. But I like McIntyre, and I think that he's gotten the bad end of the stick for quite a while.
Yes, he did. The pointy part.
Yeah, but apparently Rollins is still over, and having a theme song you can sing along with moves the needle too. So Rollins hits it.
It's sports entertainment, Rob.
I don't understand that one.
WWE though.
Entertainment's
the last word of it.
Let me say this.
Wait. Chris Jericho haven't added 2 years to his career by having him trying to sing along to his theme song.
I didn't say that didn't suck, too. It
Hey,
does.
let me say this. I am like Rob with this singing shit. The only one I liked is when the we was in Chicago and they christened acclaimed.
That's the one I hate.
That's the one I love.
Scissor me, Daddy.
That was funny as hell.
See, that one's so old.
Because guess what? And the reason I like it because
Wait, Chris, and even Marcus was sitting next to me singing that same shit that night. That's how that shit. As much
it was
as
organic.
Marcus hated more than you, but that motherfucker was singing that first night.
But let me tell you this.
It was
organic.
The first time they did it.
Hold on, it was organic.
It was.
It came out of nowhere. It was what the crowd made and invented and blah blah blah. Judas was written by.
You would have been singing it too. That's how organic that
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I know I would have. I'm
Judas was written by Jericho. He's forcing you to say that. No.
Look, the whole singing along with the theme song thing was cute a few years ago when they started it with Nakamura. Now
y'all sound like y'all ain't even. Can I go next? Can I go next?
Sure.
Hell no.
The singing along shit started with ECW. Because they weren't even creating songs. They were playing songs that were on the radio.
True.
We are Pantera, Metallica.
True.
Enter the Sandman. That's when we started singing along.
The only Metallica song I know is Sandman.
Into the Sandman.
Actually, I know 2 or 3 more, but that's not
But Rob, as somebody that's been there, you knew when they came out to these songs. I watched it with my own eyes. Y'all sang their every entrance song till they got to the ring.
That doesn't mean it isn't lame. It just means
it wasn't lame. You were having a fun time and you were entertained. Now, Seth Rollins, I've never seen anybody become a baby face from their song.
Yeah.
I'm over it. Because Fandango, I love that one. And I love EC3 back when he was in Impact. Rollins just took the formula and said, I'm just going to use that formula, and it worked. But I think McIntyre's going to win this match. And I'm going to tell you why. Rollins is the same person whether he wins or loses. He's the one wrestler. We go, oh, he lost. So the fuck what? Oh, he won. Damn, who'd he beat? You know what I'm saying? So give this belt to McIntyre, and he becomes the new member of Judgment Day, which is what I think is going to happen. And they got all the belts.
You know, maybe that should be Rollins' new nickname. Seth, who the fuck cares, Rollins?
I mean, he's one of the most talented wrestlers in the world. He does not have it. Think about it. Moxley can't out wrestle him. Moxley has it. Reigns has it. Come on now.
We need to have a discussion.
Wait. Moxley does.
He does.
Yeah.
Moxley does have the it factor.
Yeah, he got it all right. It's got an SH right in front of it.
Oh.
Hey, when Punk left, we said Moxley held it together for AEW. We all
Y'all said that. I didn't.
He did though.
He didn't.
He was the MVP.
Who's the pick, Chris?
He's the highest paid wrestler.
Who's the pick, Chris?
I got McIntyre.
Who's up?
Tony.
I don't think. I agree with you, Chris. Seth don't need a title. People don't care whether he win or lose. But I don't think people give a shit about Drew McIntyre though. One way or the other.
We don't.
That's why I think they want to put a belt on him.
But it's not going to help them. They've been there, done that. For the reason, I mean, I think the probably be better. I think Drew needs a title more than stuff, without a doubt. But I don't think the title's going to help Drew. People just don't give a fuck about Drew. One way or the other, they don't give a fuck if he's heel, babyface, or whatever. And like Rob said, the contract thing right now, it ain't settled. So therefore, at the Saudi Arabia, at the Crown Royal, I mean, Drew. Come Monday night, he's still gonna be singing his song.
How do you convince somebody to sign a contract though? You put that belt on him.
No, you don't put the belt on unless you
Stop. They've done it before. They've done it before.
And it's backfired. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're definitely gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay,
And I really don't think it's going to help you though. So I mean that's the thing. I don't think it's going to help him. If he going to take the fight off of Seth Rollins, it should have been Nakamura. My take is Seth freaking Rollins. We're gonna see him out there with a VCR face on sport glasses and Becky Lynch's smile and some big ass fucking boots on Monday. As he said bragging about winning, and then the next challenge is to come up there and beat his ass.
And the last matchup of the night. The champion. Your tribal chief. The one with the wise man in his back pocket. Roman Reigns takes on the man that we all wanted as challenger.
Yeah.
Because that's not a lie. That's just a fact of life. Yeah. And the man whose name is gonna tell everyone that he's probably gonna be the new champion. L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Chris.
There'll be a title change on this night. It won't be this one. And it's sad because LA Knight deserves it. But WWE wrote themselves into a corner. I honestly think they want Reigns to at least break Hogan's record for holding the title. LA Knight hasn't won any other titles like leading up to this. And that's what bothers me. I'm like, how do you win the world title? You never won an Intercontinental. You never won a U.S. title. It doesn't make sense to me. Not only that,
North American title.
Yeah, but LA Knight is so white lightning hot, and they didn't make him, and that bothers them. It bothered them with Daniel Bryanson to where they had no choice. But with Sammy, they just said, "Fuck what y'all want. We don't care. We'll give him a tag team title or something." So I'm hoping this becomes like a rubber match type thing. Reigns wins this one, then LA Knight wins by a disqualification. Reigns keeps his belt. Then you have a cage match to like back in the day, like how they used to do it to end a feud. You have a cage match. But I can't see Reigns losing to LA Knight, and LA Knight deserves his belt. Any other person had it, he should win it. They're not letting him be Reigns.
Okay, can I piggyback off this one?
Go ahead.
I'm picking Reigns too, and for basically the same reason that Chris is. LA Knight has the Zack Ryder effect. Okay? The audience loves him. They want him to be the champion, but WWE creative want nothing to do with him besides merch sales and casual appeal.
Yeah,
and that's why he's gonna lose. Yeah, because WWE creative don't want him. He's too small, he's too old, and he made his name in the indies, not in the performance center. That's why they won't put that belt on. And that's the same thing they did with Sami Zayn. That's the same thing they did with Zack Ryder. That's the same thing they did with Daniel Bryan and with Kofi Kingston. They got token runs, but that's all they got. Because that's how.
Well, Daniel Bryan's a 5-time world champion, though. He didn't just get a token run. He won the belt a few times.
That was by sure will. And the reason that happened was because the creative had no choice.
He's the greatest wrestler in the world.
That was back in the doldrums of the early 2010s, early and mid 2010s, and they had no other choice. Audience would have rioted back then if Daniel Bryan had not gotten the title runs that he did. All the people that were pissed about all that are watching AEW now. So no, LA Knight is not getting this, and he's never going to beat Reigns. I don't know if he's even going to beat Rollins. They want to exploit him for his appeal to casual audiences, but he'll never be the man. So, Reigns.
That's sad too.
Yes, it is.
Man, Tony.
Chris touched on it. And before I miss what Chris touched on, I want to remind you guys. Probably about 2 years ago, I said on this show, and all you looked at me like I was crazy. Roman Reigns is going to be Hulk Hogan's streak. I said it 2 years ago. I didn't believe it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna believe it. I was hoping. But God. Get ready, Rob. I got Chubb thinking that Roman Reigns is gonna like pass Hulk Hogan on that fucking streak. He needs to do it.
Well, it's by design.
I got wood down there. Just thinking that Roman Reigns would be Hulk Hogan.
And thank you for joining us.
You need to pause, Tony. You've been doing a little bit too much tonight.
I've been talking about this for 2 years, and it's going my way. It's legit going my way. Here's the thing with LA Knight. Everything that Rob said is 1,000% on point. LA Knight is the biggest star they have right now, and it has nothing at all to do with the creator. It had nothing to do with WWE. He's doing this shit on his own. Y'all remember last year we were talking about the lights out match with Bray Wyatt. But it's Bobby Love, but we all question why did you sacrifice LA Knight for that shit? LA Knight is the sacrificial lamb for them. He don't have the size like Rob pointed out. He don't have the age like we all know. Like LA Knight's like 40 years old. I do think he could be the one to take the title for Seth Rollins down the road. But he's not going to. The WWE is not going to put the title on him.
They have to, though.
The reason I can say that he might take the title for Seth Rollins is because we all know that's a secondary title. It is.
Yes.
It sucks because I love what Seth's doing with that title. I love the fact that he's like he wants to be the opposite of Roman Reigns. He wants to be the champion that defends the title. So realistically, that motherfucker defend the title like Ric Flair, 300 days a year out of 365.
That's what you get a TV champ for. That wrestles on TV every week.
No, what I'm saying, no matter how much you defend that title, it's not going to elevate past Roman.
Right.
Roman gets defend that title 4 times a year. It's going to mean more.
And you should, though, only defend it 4 or 5 times a year. Hogan did the same thing. Flair did the same thing. It made it more must-see TV. No, there was years Flair did it for the NWA. He was there for the big... He would do promos on the shows. He ain't wrestle every week.
Well, to be fair to Hogan,
Hogan
and Flair, there were less pay-per-views then.
And the Great American Bash, like 90 days of wrestling, 90 days to 3 months. Freddy defended that title daily.
I remember that. But I know it's more important if you don't put your champion out there like that every.
I feel it does make them.
You hide them in these tag team matches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 3 for Reigns.
I do feel for your top person. Less is more.
Yep.
Okay, so we got 3 people for Roman.
Bobby.
I'm here.
Okay, it's your turn, big dog.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. This was tough.
It is. LA Knight's a star.
Yeah.
But they're going to continue with Reigns' thing. It's going to be Reigns. Unfortunately.
Unanimous.
3 years from now, Braun Breaker will be the guy.
You know we were in the title reign, and after he beat Hulk Hogan's streak.
I have no emotional attachment to it anymore.
You
We won't even talk about Hogan's streak.
Huh? No,
I see them making Brock Lesnar that person.
Oh.
Hogan did that to himself, though. Like my whole memories of wrestling, Hogan's in my. I can't tell the story of wrestling, and now I wish I didn't have to include him in the story of wrestling. It sucks. I ate my vitamins. I did my prayers. I watched rock and wrestling on Saturday mornings. Hogan was must-see TV.
No, the crazy part about it is, and I'm on the flip side of you. Even when I was a little kid, like I begged my mom to get WrestleMania 3 because I could finally see him lose.
What about when he became Hollywood Hogan, though? You didn't like that?
He did.
I did
Come
like
on,
Hollywood
man.
Hogan.
Who didn't like Hollywood Hogan?
But I'm gonna go back to the previous show though. As much as I did not like Hogan, he was must see. Here's why I said that. I didn't like him, but he's on a strong watch. Like if I heard Hogan would be there, I tuned in.
Look at the diversity we had, though, from NWA to WWE. We had the Road Warriors and the Four Horsemen. And then you had like Hogan, the Macho Man, the $1 Million Man, Andre, Jack Hacksaw, Jim Duggan. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling, the 80s was probably the best years of wrestling for me growing up.
Yeah,
and I can still argue. I can argue with you guys. A Sergeant Slaughter, a Don Morocco, Snooker.
Well, see, back then there was the same argument we just had a little while ago. Flash over substance. The NWA had a lot of substance, whereas the WWF was like 50% sizzle and 50% steak.
But McMahon,
Now it's like 90% sizzle with only 10%.
McMahon saw the entertainment value of it back then. And he started with the superhero versus the villain type of thing. America versus Saudi Arabia. America versus the Russias. You know what I mean? He figured something out, and it did work. And then as the Attitude Era came, it changed back to wrestling until Shit Stain got his hands on it. And we all know who that is.
Yes.
He thought he invented the Rock. He thought he invented Stone Cold. Please. All he did was try to make it look like Jerry Springer.
What he invented was
Stern.
crap.
Yeah.
He invented crap.
Well, he did invent Shock TV, and we all loved it. Yeah, I'm just saying it was part of the show.
It looks like we lost Motown somehow.
Yeah, but
Bobby, you still haven't given your pick. Oh no, you did. You picked
he said Reigns. So we got our last topic is Becky Lynch.
Yeah. And we might need Motown for that because I think he's the reason that we're having this conversation in the first
Yeah, but doesn't Bobby have to click him in?
I think he does. Bobby.
Yeah, he's screaming. Yeah. Click Tony back in.
Yeah, Tony's offline. We need to get him back on for the last segment.
Where the hell is he off?
I don't know. He blanked out on us.
There we go.
There he is.
No. Sorry, guys.
All right,
My tablet is plugged in, charger, and died on me. The fuck?
Oh. Okay.
So we got the Becky Lynch thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is between y'all. I got a little stuff to say at the end, but I'm gonna let you guys take it out.
Okay.
Started off with Chris, then Tony, then Rob.
And what's the subject? Is she a needle mover?
Yes. Now, one person was saying that she's a star, and she moves the needle because 120,000 people tuned in to when she fought Valkyrie this Tuesday on NXT. Someone else says, "Fuck that bitch."
That'd be me.
Yeah. All right. I'll go first.
Which is why I said you can't do it without you.
So you can be hated and move the needle, and you can be loved and move the needle. And the greats are both. Like Cena was hated in love. Reigns is hated in love. Stone Cold was hated in love. Becky Lynch, I hate to say it, she's still, it's her and Charlotte as the two biggest stars in women's wrestling. And I know you guys will argue, well, no, Rhea Ripley, what about her? She's, yes, but she just got there to the party. Becky Lynch and Charlotte been doing it. When I think of the four horsewomen, I think of Sasha, Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte. And some of the best women's matches I've ever seen in my life include two of them four in some kind of combination. And Becky's there. I'm not a fan of Becky, but I know when you got the it factor, your star power, I recognize all that thing about her. And honestly, I think she's a bigger star than Seth Rollins because of her effect for women's wrestling versus his effect towards men's wrestling, if that makes sense. Like Reigns is bigger, you know, he means more to men's wrestling than Rollins. Rollins is right underneath Reigns. 1A and 1B. Becky and Charlotte are still in their own class. Rhea Ripley's trying to get there. Bianca's trying to get there. And they're getting there. But the two women that I always tune in to see wrestle are Becky and Charlotte. And I mean, they've both gone down to NXT, and the ratings get boosted every time they go down there.
Okay. I'm going to split hairs here because I think both Chris and Tony have a point here. Okay. I think that Becky Lynch, by force of will from WWE Creative, has become a star. Okay. She got her nose broke by Nia Jax, and after that she became like a sympathetic badass because of all the blood and everything. And she turned that into a marketable thing, and WWE Creative went along with it. That being said, the major problem here is that I don't think that she actually moves the needle. I think that she maybe rides the gain a little bit, but she isn't an actual like ratings boost that everybody thinks it is. Because I wrote these numbers down. The Tuesday, the edition of NXT 2 weeks ago that I absolutely hated got 917,000 views. Okay. This episode with Becky Lynch in the main event did 851. They even though they gained ratings at the end, they lost week over week. They lost 66,000 viewers. On the other hand, AEW on its proper night gained 100,000 back. They had 667,000 on Tuesday, the night they weren't supposed to be there. They got 775,000 the next week. So you could argue that Becky didn't move the needle at all.
You're trying to paint the picture a certain way. You just admitted for her segment they gained 120,000. She doesn't have anything to do with. No, she doesn't have anything to do with overall. They could have. She might not have had her segment. They would have been down at 600,000 or 700,000.
No, Chris.
No, I know what he said. I
know what he said too. And what he said is on point though, because if you're a needle mover, you draw in the top rates.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, I watched.
Because when we talk about CM Punk moving the needle for AEW, they were beating their highest rates.
Right? No. They would lose viewers during the show, and then he would have the highest viewerships in his segment.
CM Punk moved the number in AEW. When you look at the numbers that AEW was getting, they were getting more numbers with Punk than they did without him. What Rob is pointing out is like, yes, he boosted the ratings for that particular show, but it didn't draw what it drew the previous week. Needle mover.
How you move a needle? I disagree. Because they're not
Are you
going to
kidding
wait.
me?
They don't watch the whole show for the first
Okay, so
season.
a needle mover, in your opinion, is somebody who's not could draw rays that you would previously draw?
I go back because we live in a DVR stage. When I hear what happened on Raw, I go straight to the segments I want to watch. So if you tell me at the beginning of the show, this is going to happen, and I go, oh, you got a bunch of filler. I'll tune back in at the end.
Keep in mind what I've already said. The Nielsen ratings are practically useless. They're old. They've been around since the golden age of television, and they don't represent who actually watches these shows. AEW could be making just as much on streaming or online as anything that Raw or SmackDown is doing, let alone NXT. We just don't know.
Their numbers aren't even close, Rob. Their number one show draws the same numbers as WWE's third
by
show.
the Nielsen, not by the streaming numbers. So what we're talking about is basically just whether Becky Lynch draws extra fans in certain segments, and I don't buy that. I think that NXT has just been propped up by star power, and that's all it is.
Okay. Tony, have you went?
No, I haven't gone.
Go ahead.
I agree with Rob. There's more the star power overall than Becky Lynch. Here's the thing. You said that she's moving the needle, Chris. What Rob says makes sense. If my show got this ratings 1 week, and yet you gave us extra views the following week, but you didn't beat the following show, how the fuck are you moving the needle? When did we set the...
Everybody that got moved the needle, what about the rest of the show?
No, but everybody's saying that Becky Lynch is the one who's moving the needle.
She did.
When the hell did the best part for moving the needle and being a star for moving the needle been 820,000? In my opinion, if he ain't drawing $1 million, you're not doing shit. They did not put Becky Lynch on that show to draw 820,000 people. They did put Becky Lynch in that spot to draw less people than they had the week before. If they did over 900 the week before, they expected 100,000 people. I mean, 1 million people the following week. You do 900,000 and you put your superstar in this spot, I'm expecting $1 million.
You sound like...
So yeah, even though she jumped the numbers 120,000, they did not get what they expected. They did not put her in that spot to draw less numbers than they did the week before.
By your logic, AEW has no needle movers.
They don't.
Okay.
They don't.
I'll agree with that with you guys.
When I said AEW has needle mover.
No, when Punk was on Dynamite, they were over 1 million. You said you have to get to 1 million. Collision never got there.
No.
They haven't been there since. So you're right. Okay. All right.
I never said they have. Whenever I ever said they did.
If that's your argument, so she is as good as every person on AEW, their whole roster. I'm with that.
I wouldn't even say that though, because the difference in AEW roster and WWE is the machine.
Yeah,
the machine moves numbers in WWE.
Hey, they know what they're doing. We can't help it.
If we're going by the Nielsen ratings, strictly by those, then the needle doesn't mean shit to me.
Right. I agree with that, too.
Now let me be my turn.
Okay, Bobby, take it.
He's smiling.
When you start talking about the TV ratings and things of that nature, that's what I had to learn when I bought this internet network. It's about how certain things are viewed, how certain things are measured, things of that nature. Now, of course, we do it on a smaller scale than USA and stuff like that. But one of the things you got to understand, it's not so much How can I explain this the right way? Because I want to sound. The needle moving part, I get the argument from everybody on this, all sides. The problem I have is Rob says that the Nielsen ratings don't mean anything. That's not particularly true. The Nielsen ratings does have a mechanism that we all are forgetting about that they measure to show who is doing that stick. Perfect example, the NXT where she fought Valkyrie. Their match gained 125,000 people. Now, the difference is the next week. Their 15-minute segment, of course, had finalized and closed out the show. They gained 120,000 people. When Becky Lynch was there by herself, there was no increase. It was still the average of what they did. That didn't mean Becky Lynch was the needle mover in that match. That shows Valkyrie was the needle mover in that match. Because you take one of the elements away, it stays the same. That other person was the one that drew the people in to watch it. So, Becky Lynch did not do anything when it came to that. That was all Valkyrie. She had her whole country watching. That's where that 120,000 came from. As far as the talent when it comes to Becky Lynch, I think she's good. I think she took advantage of a time to where people felt sorry for her. Got a very good catchphrase, which is funny as hell. She's the man. I think it's still funny. And it ran. And she made her money, found a t-shirt, found a whatever to put her in the running. But consistently, Becky Lynch has not lived up to the hype. She has not. Her talent in the ring is halfway there. She's at her peak and she's only half at the talent of other people. She does not have charisma. She has a whiny voice that sounds like my ex-wife. The girl could barely wrestle out of a wet paper bag if she had razors and scissors in her hand. I don't consider her in the top 5. I actually put her not even in the top 10.
Same here.
At least Io Sky is in my top 10. Becky Lynch is not a needle mover. And when you start talking about stars, there's like Paul Heyman and Gadget Man over here says all the time, there's levels to this. It's not just star and you stop there. The proper ladder of ascension is you start off as a star, you then become a superstar, and then you become an icon. Becky Lynch is a star, but that's all she'll ever be. Charlotte is a superstar. Now, Charlotte is like almost icon, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Be very close.
Bianca is a superstar.
Right.
Rhea
Charlotte
is a
got
superstar.
14. Charlotte got 14 titles. You can argue she's icon at this point.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, she's getting there. But she still got to do the longevity part.
That's one thing she's missing, though. But she already accomplished more than anybody else ever did.
just her and Gail Kim.
There you go. There you go. The icons right there. Thank you. Mickey James.
Yep.
Trish Stratus.
I put her up there as an icon.
Lita.
It's an icon.
Jacqueline. Even though she didn't have that many title reigns, she was still up there in talent, working ability, and wins. Jacqueline didn't lose that much. She just wasn't on that much.
I don't know if I put Lita up there. I think I had Lita as superstar.
No, because Lita changed it. There's icons that changed the game. She wrestled like the dudes.
Yeah.
You know, like the Hardy Boys. Nobody was doing that in women's wrestling at the time.
Nobody still ain't doing it in women's wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, she was. I put her up as icon because she's memorable and she was there.
When it comes to levels,
you notice that when you have named all these names as icons, that there's hardly anyone besides Bianca that's a fresh face. Have you noticed that?
That's not true. We didn't mention Ripley. We just hadn't mentioned her yet.
Okay, two. Bianca, Ripley, and Charlotte. Those are the only three that you named as icons that are recent. Everyone else is...
I put them as superstars.
Yeah.
I put them as superstars.
It's still work in progress, Rob.
You know, the fabulous Moolah is an icon. You know what I'm saying? Sherry Martell's an icon.
Yep.
But the new ones, they're still work in progress.
We all just got to get our terminology right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand what we're all saying.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm sorry.
Becky had a chance.
Becky ain't up there.
She had a chance.
Yeah, she did have a chance.
After she went and had that baby, that's when she lost her steam, to me. And tried to come back with a character change.
And those goofy glasses. Not that
Because she was the hottest baby face before she had the baby.
She's trying to be Lady Gaga and it makes her look stupid. I'm sorry.
That's how people in Hollywood look, Rob. You had Lady Gaga glasses on 4 weeks ago. Stop.
Instead of Lady Gaga, it was Lady Boo Boo.
Rob had the Terminator glasses on like this. I thought you had VR goggles on.
Terminator glasses don't look stupid.
He's right about that, Fred.
Let me say,
People in Hollywood could be idiots. That's my point.
they have enough money to be stupid.
I want to be a rich idiot, Rob.
Go Chargers, go.
Then a smart poor man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was a good episode. I like this.
It was.
This was fun. We covered a lot of topics, talked a lot of trash, and I got to dream about Nia Jax all at the same time.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
I was saying about Rhea Ripley on top. You know, Mommy's always on top.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
The question is the cherry on top.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Oh, I like her cherry on top.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
But let me go ahead and say, everybody, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching on a replay, if you're here in the audience right now, thank you very much on this extended edition. I hope you enjoyed the OT. We might be doing that a little bit more. Tell your family, friends, tune in, subscribe. Let's get these numbers up because we might have got an award locally here, but we want to get some national ones now. So let's get on the move. But I want to say thank you for the Gadget Man, the Gadget Brother, the Gadget Guy. Go Gadget Arms.
Will Smith's uncle.
Oh.
Uncle Phil.
The Gadget Man, Woods.
Chris Woods. Thank you, Motown Island. And thank you, Robert Black, your not so humble correspondent. I am your host, the Mastermind Bob Rogers, signing off for this edition of the FTW Future Focus. Thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate it. And guys, stay abreast because we will definitely see you somewhere around the corner in the backyard. Nah, we'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.
Hit it, James Brown.
Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. It's groovy. There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fellas? Hey, Jam! Sure getting down. We're gonna have a funky good time. 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 Let's take 'em up, Fred. We gotta take you high. Yeah. Ow. All right. You wanna do it again? You wanna do it again, huh? Yeah.